Hello, my darlings. Good evening and hello, my darlings. I know this is a little bit of an impromptu live stream that I'm doing this evening, but that's because no one else is doing a live stream and I am extremely bored. Why is no one doing a fucking live stream tonight? I don't know. So I'm doing one. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Baby. So, yeah. So I'm doing one because no one else is doing one. So fuck them. I've just demonetized this channel immediately. I don't know, man. Can't be doing with this censorship shite from the tubes. The tubes are just too boring these days. You know, I scrolled around some of the other sort of websites like Blaze and Censored TV tonight, where all the other sort of bigger, funnier YouTubers used to, you know, people like Atheism and Unstoppable used to be on YouTube, and now he's able to do all the types of videos he really wants to do, which is just brilliant stuff. It's like funny, interesting, yeah, just like really good, interesting shit, which is no longer available on YouTube, and I suddenly dawned on me how incredibly boring YouTube is now. I mean, the stuff that you can see over in like Censored TV, although they're short, you know, teasers, if you like, 5-minute videos, but it's like how YouTube actually used to be. When YouTube used to be fun, that's how it was, with people doing and saying, you know, really either sometimes outrageous, but generally funny and interesting things. Now, YouTube is just a fucking Disney Plus. Just this sanitized white picket fence Disneyland bollocks, with occasional, once in a blue moon, you know, a person who says the F word. And I'm not even talking about the cigarette. I'm talking the way British people say cigarette, should I say. Yeah, just generally, you know, F-U-C-K and other things, shit, piss, fuck, cunt. I thought people like George Carlin push boundaries like that to say the words that cannot be said on TV. Now it's the words you cannot say on bloody YouTube. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. It's so sanitized and boring now. It's unbelievable. You only get a glimpse of how incredibly awful YouTube has become when you actually venture off YouTube and go to other places and you realize, oh my God, people used to be adults. This used to cater for adult conversations, and people used to have adult conversations. Now it's sanitized bollocks, most of it. I mean, there are, you know, odd people like me and others who still don't give a damn, but it's rare. And besides, Veli is doing his show for a while, which is pissing me off. That means I have to do a show just to have the kind of interesting conversations I want to have. Every time I go to these other channels, I'm ready to put a bullet through my head. I'm telling you, most of them are incredibly low IQ, lowbrow bollocks. It's unbelievable. Most of them, but nevertheless, I'm still gonna start with a little promotion of a couple of channels that I wanna introduce. I want to get these out of the way before I get into the meat and potatoes of this evening's convo. Really, the only thing that spurred me on was one video by Russell Brand, which is the one that I want to respond to. It's kind of, this is really not a live stream. It's more of a response video, but we'll see. I'll see if anyone wants to jump on the panel. Maybe we'll do a panel. But initially, I just want to introduce you guys to Empress Janet. Empress Janet is an interesting lady, which I actually want to have on this show at some point. She seems to have a very interesting life. She's you know, in her 40s. She's been married a few times. She's had some kids. She's had some very interesting, you know, experiences. I think she mentioned things like she's had abusive relationships, etc., etc. So she's lived the life. You know, it's a woman who's lived a bit of a life. She hasn't just let life, she didn't just sort of float through life. She's lived a bit of a life. Now, I don't know if this is her main channel or not, but start with Empress Janet, this channel, if you guys want to go see what sort of things. She's had a bit of a tiff with with Real from Real and Maggie, or the old Real and Maggie. And so she's gone off and done her own 24-hour stream. Now, don't get me wrong. This lady's clever. She's got a master's degree. I've only got a fucking BSc. She's got a MA, Masters of Art, or master's degree in something to do with, but something to do with public speaking and marketing, I think. So she knows how to market herself. She's American. She's clearly savvy, and she's a very, very interesting and sort of clever promoter of herself, if anything else. So she had a much bigger channel, which I think Real striked and got it taken off YouTube, copyright strike falsely, but it is what it is. So she's promoting new channels. I think this is one of it. Might be another one as well. There was something to do with talk radio, something or other. I think she should really do a channel to or something to promote that as well. I don't know. She's started up several channels, but start with this one. If you guys just Google Empress Janet, start with that, and then move on for whatever channels she's created. I don't know. She's apparently doing 24 hours live, 7 days a week, panels, and just generally like a Real kind of a thing. She's basically doing an American version of Real's panel. So yeah, I like to promote her. I like to think it's good to get people up and started. I wish, there's been a few people who've actually shouted me out, so, it's only good to pay it forward. Now, the next little thing on the agenda is tomorrow night. I'm hoping, if possible, if he's healthy enough, to have the Mr. Ranting Monkey on my channel. I'm hoping to have at least a 45 minute to an hour chat with him. We've scheduled it for 8 o'clock tomorrow UK time. It'll be about 3 o'clock his time. So it should be relatively good. It should be a very good. I've been trying to get him for 5 years. I started YouTube, uploading to YouTube, so semi-seriously, about the same time as he did. Now, he shot up to 24,000 subscribers very quickly because he got recognized by the other YouTubers quite quickly, and he made some very good videos, don't get me wrong, and he produced quite a lot in those early days. Unfortunately, and I say this unfortunately, is because the reason he had time to do all of that, because he had insane back problems, and he still suffers to this day. He's got terrible back, I don't know what it is, disc or lower disc issues, and I don't know if he's bedridden, but he's he's in regular pain all the time. So unfortunately, that is the reason why he may or may not make it, depending on if he's having a good pain day or a bad pain day. If he's having a bad day, then he won't be able to do anything much. But if he's having a good day, he'll jump on for an hour and we'll have a great chat, hopefully, because as I said, I've been looking forward to having a proper conversation with Ranting Monkey for 5 years. I've been asking him, and we've just never managed to get it off the ground. And to this week, on Monday I think it was, or Tuesday or Sunday, I asked him and he said let's do it. And I said, how about Thursday? He said, if I'm feeling good, yeah, 8 o'clock UK time, let's get it on. So I hope he makes it. I hope he's got a good day. Make dua for him, people. I'm asking you to dua for Ranting Monkey to be in good health tomorrow, so we can have the chat. So yeah, let's hope he makes that, because I can't wait personally. I think it'll be a great conversation. He's really good. If you don't know Ranting Monkey, if you haven't checked out his stuff, go check out his stuff. He makes very well informed videos, and he's been doing live streams regularly for years. 3-4 years, I think, at least 3 years he's been doing regular live streams. But he's got a ton of brilliantly made, very simple but brilliantly made response videos to various things. As you can see, his videos have had 46,000, 45,000, 35,000. His videos 50k, 237,000 views. So he gets high numbers regularly. His live streams admittedly are lower because they're very long, 3 hours, 2-3 hour streams, so not many people sit in on those. But live streams 2-3 hours are always far less viewed than short videos, 11 minutes, 5-10 minute videos. So but he's got an hour and a half video there, and he's still managed to get 45,000 views on that. So yeah, his videos are very good. Definitely check him out, and see what you think. But I'm hoping, I say, grab him tomorrow on the stream, and have a hopefully a really productive conversation about the state of politics today. Big up Rodney, big up Robert, big up Cognitive. Oh, my man, Cognitive, you are killing it right now. By the way, anyone who doesn't know about Cognitive Dissident, go check out his videos. The man has clipped some amazing footage of Hamza with this girl just grilling him, absolutely ripping him. I think Hamza has never been so fucking ass torn, because he usually chucks people off his panel when they give him that kind of grilling. But because this woman is kind of a Muslima, and he asked her, I guess, to come on the show, he just took the beating hard. I mean, that was some. I mean, if I wasn't a, if I didn't know Hamza was a Muslim, I'd say this was an S&M session. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, tomorrow night, hopefully, Ranting Monkey at 8 will be on the show. We'll see. It is susceptible to being cancelled, depending on how he feels in the morning. Hamza deleted the stream. Oh, of course he did. Oh, fantastic! But you spanked him anyway. I mean, you got all the footage. But oh shit, that reminds me. I better go download all those footage before he strikes your channel, Dissident. But Cognitive, if he does strike him, please pass me a private link or something to them, so that I can download them and put them on my Rumble channel. So that way they're preserved. But I will commence to downloading those videos from your channel as soon as possible, because of course Hamza is going to bury that. He's a sniveling little friggin' chipmunk. He knows that that's going to be taken by the non-Muslims and those who are critical of Islam as just him being fucking spanked. And it's all about image to him. For him, it's all about image. So yeah, hey Empress Janet, my darling. Oh, you're so lovely. You've come to the panel. Thank you. I was just promoting your channel there, love. If you want, let me give you let me spanner you up so you can post your link. Actually, is this the real Empress Janet? Oh shit! Did I just give some fucking nobody who did I just give a spanner to? That's the question. Could be a clone. That's all right. Spanners can be given and they can be taken away. What can be given can be removed. So you know, as they say, with great power comes great responsibility, Empress Janet. If you are the real Empress Janet, then there you go. You got yourself a spanner. But yeah, I haven't started a panel yet. I'm just going to do a little rant before I start my panel. I want to do a response video to this particular video that what's it called? Russell Brand made in regards to jobs. It's a very quick. It's almost at the beginning of the video. I'm not going to go through the whole 10-minute video. I just want to make I just want this segment of it to be highlighted, so that I can respond to it, and then I'll move to a panel and see if anyone wants to jump on and have a chat. But for now, I just want to play this little clip from Russell Brand, and then I will respond to it, because to me it just screams the arrogance of a person who doesn't really recognize, or I don't know, maybe doesn't realize, he's so caught up in his own esoteric bubble with his woo-woo that he doesn't realize that not everybody can do what he's claiming.
There is a global worker shortage. People can't get workers to do jobs. Is it because they're not paying them enough? Is it because they're making ridiculous demands of those workers? Well, not in some cases, because some companies are dropping drug tests for workers simply to make it easier to get workers. Sort of accepting you don't have to be on drugs to work here, but it helps.
Okay, that's like his intro. Admittedly, I wanted to mention, the petrol crisis thing. Now, a lot of people are blaming Brexit for this. This is not a Brexit issue. This is a COVID issue, and this is a long-term issue that was actually ongoing for many, many years. There was, in fact, a conversation on Good Morning Britain with a guy talking to Anna Soubry, of all people, who he proposed, he made a proposal to her and another MP about how they can fix this driver shortage issue in Britain, like long term. And Anna Soubry and the other MP rejected it. In 2015, the guy made this proposal, and these assholes rejected it, and she was all giggling and laughing about it, like as she totally ignored it. And now she's using the same thing, the same problem, the crisis that she herself could have been involved in solving in 2015, as a stick to beat the Conservatives or the Brexiters about, oh, this is Brexit's fault. No, it's not. This was a long-term problem that was introduced to you in 2015, and you ignored it. And this is the typical thing of politicians, is what they do. So don't blame the fuel shortage or this fuel crisis or whatever they're calling it. To be honest, it's not a crisis. It's morons buying too much, panic buying. That's all it is. It's morons panic buying. There's no problem. There's plenty of petrol. It's just, it needs time to get to the petrol stations. If people are not assholes and they just fill up their tank instead of 30 fucking buckets of, I don't know, little jerry cans, then you'll be fine. Just fill up your car like normal. You'll be fine. There is no shortage. You morons out there. Anyway, let me get through this.
Hello, you. Welcome to the news. In the midst of a global labour shortage, employers around the world are doing away with drug tests in a desperate bid to attract more job applicants, fill more roles and retain more...
Okay. He's reading a thing about, an article about global, the companies, large companies doing away with drug tests so that they can just simply hire people. This isn't actually the point that I want to make. The point I want to make is about his recommendation after the
else's business. It should be their right, their body, their lives, their right to do whatever drugs they want. But what worries me about it is that people are taking drugs because they're miserable and unhappy, because life's become futile and empty, and instead of adjusting the system to create roles and lives that are more reflective of who we really are spiritually, it's like, oh, just let them take drugs so they...
There you go. This is the bit which I think this naive asshole has no idea, this now rich and privileged idiot in a bubble doesn't realize you can't create roles where everybody is fulfilled. Somebody has to shovel the shit that you produce, Russell Brand. Somebody has to take out your bin and take it to a dump. Are you going to do it, Russell Brand? How many times have you taken your bins to the tip and thrown them in the tip by yourself without just having your maid or the local council come and pick up your bins from outside your house? Somebody has to drive that truck that collects your bin. Somebody has to pick up your bin and throw it in the back of that truck. Who's going to do it if everybody's running around doing fulfillful jobs where it makes them feel spiritually fulfilled in life? Not everybody can do that. You literally can't have everyone do the dream job that they want, because the shitty jobs that need to be done won't get done. That's the problem, you esoteric doughy-eyed moron with your socialist concepts. You can't have everyone do their dream work. You literally can't. You have to have some people do miserable work. We don't have robots right now that can do the miserable jobs. I'm sorry. We still need human beings, Homo sapiens sapiens, to pick up the shit after you. Are you cleaning your house, Russell Brand, or do you have a maid? Is that maid cleaning your house because it's her dream job? Is it because it's her ideal position in life? That's what she aspired to be when she was a little girl? Or did she do it because she has to, because you pay her money to clean your shit? I guarantee you he has a maid. I will guarantee you he has someone who comes around once or twice a week and cleans his fucking shit, vacuums his place, dusts that fucking plant that's next to him, and cleans his fucking toilet. I guarantee you, Russell Brand, you don't clean your fucking toilets every week. Someone does it for you. So if someone does it for you, is that their dream job? Are they living their life to the fullest capacity? Or do you not give a shit and you need your toilet cleaned? So this is the problem. This is the problem. These wannabe socialist dipshits who have no concept, who live almost like a level above the reality of the world. And the rest of the world is what cleans up after them. And they don't even ever fucking, their fingers never touch shit, because they never clean their fucking toilets.
filling vacant positions. On one hand, I think if people are recreationally using drugs, that's their business, no one else's business. It should be their right, their body, their lives, their right to do whatever drugs they want. But what worries me about it is that people are taking drugs because they're miserable and unhappy, because life's become futile and empty. And instead of adjusting the system to create roles and lives that are more reflective of who we really are spiritually, it's like, oh, just let them take drugs so they can deaden the feeling while they do jobs that they hate. I know there'll be loads of you doing this that do jobs that you're just not into, where you feel detached and that the best thing in your life is some peak experience achieved through a chemical or a screen. That's the macro view, you know, when we're doing these chats, when I'm doing these videos, I'm thinking, there's something better. There's something better for all of us. The aim can't be to live in relative poverty and spiritual penury, drugging yourself through the day before just sort of tipping over into an open casket. Last report by Deloitte.
This is it. This is his solution. Let's just do jobs that are just spiritually and holistically fulfilling, because we can't. You know, why don't we change the system? What fucking system, Brand? Who's gonna pick up your shit, Brand? Who's gonna pick up your fucking laundry? I bet you don't even fucking do your own laundry. Who's gonna run those sewers that you flush your shit down? You know there are people who have to maintain that, right? You know the car you drive, there's someone who has to put the asphalt down to fix the road, the cracks and the shit that happens to that road. Who's gonna do it? You think every person who does fucking asphalting of roads is fulfilling their life's work? Is that what's going on? Is that what Russell? Is that what's happening, Russell? Everybody has to fulfill their life's work at the same time. The roads need to be asphalted. The shit needs to be collected. The bins need to be emptied. The sewers need to be cleaned out. But yet they should all do their life's fucking work, their dream job. This is like, oh fucking hell! These people, these detached, rich assholes who think that the world will just be better. Just make it better. Let them eat cake. Let them eat cake. Assholes. Hey, big up, Ned. Okay, guys, I'm gonna throw this out. I suppose I'll throw out the StreamYard link and see who wants some. I'll be honest, I can't do a very long one tonight. Maybe an hour more. That's about it. Because I kind of need to sleep tonight. I'm really worn out, and I also want to be a bit more fresh for tomorrow night's. Hopefully, if Ranting Monkey shows up, so I can have a good chat with him and be fresh about that. Don't eat cake, start skipping. Big up, See Alive. Big up the See Alive for the don't eat cake and start skipping comment. Another fat jab thrown my way. Thank you, Sia. I appreciate it. Okay, well, I'm the panel link is in. Anyone who wants to have a chat, feel free. I don't know if Janet is still in his house. Oh wow, we got the Challenger. Big up Challenger. Oh guys, go subscribe to Challenger. Challenger does some really good shows. The guy is willfully, criminally undersubscribed. He does some good shows. He has some good subjects. He talks about some good stuff. And the other day I was on his channel and he was awesome. Actually, yeah, his channel. Hey, Challenger, what's up? Hey, my brother from another mother. Sorry? No, not on this channel. Only the what's it called? My Week in Cuntville was only on my BanksyStyle channel. The BanksyStyle Live is a serious, hard-hitting, dramatic, news-worthy channel where we don't talk about anything that is un-YouTube friendly. It's all YouTube friendly stuff here, as always. Life's been it's been life. Let's put it that way. Life is life. It's all right. It is what it is. It's at the moment. I've got a few things that I'm working on and a few projects and bits and bobs, and I'm hoping that those will, one of them will catch fire, and we'll go on to bigger and better things. And that's it, really. That's all we can do. Just hitting the gym a little bit more, trying to get my. And this is the one thing I found. It sounds maybe counterproductive when this was in my head. I was thinking to myself, okay, I need to work on these projects. I got this program, this thing to work on, that thing to work on. I shouldn't. Okay, I'm going to skip gym tonight. This was my mindset. I'll skip gym tonight and I'll work on this thing that I got to work on, finish it, and then tomorrow I'll hit the gym. Tomorrow never comes because I don't finish the thing, or I procrastinate on the thing that I'm doing because I start to feel groggy and tired, and then I never do the thing that I was aiming to do that night, and I don't go to the gym, and I get nothing done, and then tomorrow the cycle rinse and repeats. But what I found is if I go to the gym, I'll do an hour, I'll do a little bit of swimming, my boxing thing, and I'll spend an hour and a bit at the gym. Come home, I'm fresh, I'll do an hour's productive, solid amount of work, and then I'll be tired and I want to sleep. And I actually get more done if I do an hour's worth of gym and then come home and do the thing that I want to do, than not to go to the gym and then procrastinate on the thing that I wanted to do in the first place, because and the reason I didn't go to the gym was for that thing. It's unbelievable. It's like it sounds counterintuitive, but actually going to the gym for an hour will make you more productive than not going. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I feel so much better. My mind is clearer because, you see, the body is a holistic system. And if your body is out of shape, your mind is out of shape. So if you think you're going to do something, mental or something psychological or cognitive, and you don't need to be physically fit, you're wrong. You're wrong, because if your body is weak, your mind is weak. You get brain cloud, you procrastinate, you get easily distracted, you feel tired. All of those things come into it, and so your mind won't work if your body doesn't work. Oh yeah, sorry, I meant swear. Yep. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, Russell Brand's usually plugging a book or some other bollocks. Let me just introduce everyone else, make sure everyone is who they say they are, so I can switch the screen back. Ned, big up Atticus, my man from African. Because this man is an African, he's not an Africant. And there's Ned. Okay, I know that's Ned for sure. I don't need to qualify Ned. It's already started, gentlemen. Ned, take it easy, man. Oh, Challenger fell off. What happened? No, it's okay. It's okay. Something must have happened to his. Oh, wait a minute. They're saying we can't hear anyone except me. Something. Oh. No. It's the chat. The thing. Hold on.
Let me close down YouTube. Hold on.
Okay. It's okay. It was me. It was my settings. It was my settings on my what do you call it? StreamYard. Well, no, not StreamYard. Yeah, it was my settings on my StreamYard, but it was also my settings on my OBS as well. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, in the text. Okay, now guys, go ahead and talk.
Yeah. What happened at Veli's? I have no clue. I haven't been there in a while. Big up Banksy, by the way. Shout out to yourself,
Big up
bro.
Atticus,
Your
big up Ned.
your words
Oh,
of
by the way, Ned,
advice.
everyone in the chat missed your rant and your outrage
Ah,
and
well, they
outburst.
didn't miss very much. They didn't miss it. It was just a heap of abuse on that.
Banksy, let me try
Over there.
this, okay?
Right.
Literally, give me about 60 seconds. I'm gonna try and jump back in because I can't hear through my earphones. I can only hear on my loudspeaker, and I don't want feedback. Okay, 60
Okay,
seconds.
okay, you do you, boo.
Oh,
Apparently, all the
don't worry,
things
little Ned. I'll be back. Don't worry,
all
don't
the
worry,
stuff
don't worry,
you were
don't worry,
actually
don't worry.
saying,
Have some Marmite and
I'll
cocoa
count
powder.
this. Yeah,
One second, one
I'll
second.
count. Yeah, hilarious. Yeah. What you were saying about the petrol, I understand they're saying that it's beginning to clear up a little bit now. I heard on the news they're saying that it's clearing up. Is that not true?
Well, yeah, I mean, if I've heard they're going to start rationing, like telling people you can only put £20 or £25 worth at any given time. If they're going to ration it, then yeah, if idiots don't go to the petrol station and fill up 20 jerry cans and you know their cars, you know, bonnet or whatever the hell. I saw a video of an American. Welcome back,
Still
Atticus.
doing
Welcome
it.
back. Are you good?
Sorry, bro. I could. Well, for some reason my earphones ain't working. But excuse the feedback if you do hear any.
I
I think
don't
I just
actually hear
used
any
the
feedback. Anyone hear any feedback?
Yeah, I hear lots of feedback. Yeah, it's intolerable.
Of course
Yeah,
he
really, he
does.
needs to get. Yeah, he needs
He's
to
middle
get.
aged. He's middle
He needs
aged.
to
He
go
hears a lot
find
of
Okay,
another
feedback.
pair of. Oh, what's good?
I'm not taking Ned's opinion on this one. Big up
Base
Waste!
Welshman.
Base Welshman,
Hello,
the man
Base.
himself, the man of the hour.
Big up, based.
Love the
No.
work at the park. Love the dog. He does some stellar work, Baseman. Base Welshman is doing some great work at these protests, and of course the stuff he did when he covered Dover as well. But yeah, everyone on this panel actually, the ones who run their YouTube channels, are doing stellar work. Guys, anyone out there who hears this, go and watch their stuff, subscribe to their stuff. I mean, Ned and Atticus, they don't have YouTube channels, but everyone else who does.
Nah. I might start one actually, Banksy. I was talking to a friend of mine from America. We might do one, but I'll keep you posted.
Do it, man. Just do it. Even if you just do it for the sake of venting and just getting your psychological toxic thoughts out of your head and into the world, just do it.
Now, but you know what, Banksy? The interesting thing is this guy's in finance. He's like an advisor.
Okay.
And I'm more interested in it. Well, I do listen to a bit of economics here and there, but
Are you alright, Atticus? Did we lose you? We lost Atticus.
Hey! I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, you're back. Yeah, I hear you.
Sorry,
you were saying
sorry,
something about
mate,
your
sorry,
friend's
mate.
a financial advisor or something?
Yeah.
He's a financial advisor, but I just read that stuff on my own, so I'm not qualified like he is, but I do like listening to people's thoughts. So I thought we were just talking like in the background, like it might be interesting. He comes with his angle and I come with my angle. We don't make it about something in particular, but we just have conversations and hear what people have to say.
Yeah. Well, that's it, man. Do exactly that. That's all you need. Most people, you don't need some, you don't need to be some massive, great thinker of our time. You just have to be a guy with an opinion. This is
Exactly, bro.
It's the world we live in now. It's just people with opinions. That's it. You have an
No,
opinion about
exactly. It's
something.
like whatever happened to the good old fashioned conversation? And you're invited to Ned Marmite cocoa powder.
Well, what happened to the good old conversation was the internet happened, and then people all got the butt hurts when other people had opinions they didn't like.
I think the problem is it becomes a really obsessive. Look, you've got like a full-time job where you're sort of working all the hours that God sends, and then you sort of pop on last thing at night for an hour or so. But there are some people that are on all the time,
That's right.
time.
That's
and they
right.
just get and it becomes really obsessive. I mean, you must see them. There are people that are on all the time, and you
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bit unhealthy.
And they got kids,
And the politicians take advantage. Sorry, Banksy. The politicians take advantage of that because you remember this whole what's it called the Euros with England, the match that England got knocked out. You saw how politicians jumped on that. We're gonna find them. We're gonna go online.
Oh,
We're
the
gonna get
football
their
thing.
identities and this and that. Just pandering. And then at the end of it, the investigating body said, "Oh, we can't actually identify any one of these people." And not that I wanted them to be arrested. No, I believe in freedom of speech. Banksy knows me like that.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Atticus, 80% of them were from abroad.
mate.
Yeah.
They were Italians or something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was full of Italians and stuff. That's what it was. It was like
Some of them were from Pakistan and Iran.
Yeah, of course.
I was like, awesome. Iranians are racist about people in England.
Watch this. Based. In my time that I've been alive, I've never seen the England team receive this much support as I did during the Euros. I've never seen it.
Yeah,
I think the last time they got this much support was in '66, bro.
They died. Look, the reality is they've died to the left would die to hate the England team because obviously the flag. But the problem is that they
hate themselves.
There's a lot of black people in the English squad. So now the left have got to support the football, which like goes against their setup anyway. Do you know what I mean?
But it's not working. Based. It's not working even amongst the younger. I don't like using the term black because that's a color, bro. You know what I mean? I call them Afro-Caribbean, African American.
Yeah.
At least that ties them to a landmass, a location, a safe haven. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying. I don't like using that term, but there was so much love, bro. I went on their pages.
So false,
the players you
it's all
call.
false. It's all false.
Of course it is. It's a what's it called? False flag.
Gentlemen,
Okingo, go away, you gay.
Sorry, guys.
Okingo, you gay. Go away.
Let me just qualify Mr. Gold here. Is King of Gold? King?
Yeah, it is.
Indeed, it is.
Oh, good man,
Yeah,
good man.
himself.
Okay,
Good
okay.
evening,
No,
fellas.
Banksy, do you know what this man did? He tried to
Good evening.
come on to me on
Good evening,
Vellies.
fellas.
Good evening.
Good
Sorry,
evening,
sorry, Atticus. What were you saying?
He tried to come on to me at Vellies
As in what?
on a gay thing. Bro.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
damn.
You know what it is? You know, we talk about perception and internal pregnancy. You know, chakras, 8 chakra in your butthole. I'm not that person.
You hear that, Banksy? He's doing it again. Oh my God, bro.
Esoteric nonsense.
Jesus. Yo, you English people need to stop this crap. You need to go militant. You need to say, look, we believe in certain values. And whatever you do behind closed doors, please keep it behind closed doors and don't bring it online. No. Kingo, I'm not talking.
Yeah, you're
I'm talking to
Bantu.
Banksy and Based and Ned and Challenger.
You're Bantu.
And that's the last time I'm saying this.
All right, cool. All right, so I come on here to actually address Ned actually, and big up Banksy. Anyway, Ned, big up yourself, G. We had our differences, and I think I told you to fuck off, but I didn't literally.
Ned, step on his neck. Put your knee on his neck.
I literally didn't mean it. And I actually like Ned. And I think if
of course you do, you homo.
Vision. I know this is like off topic a little bit, Banksy. Apologies, I'm going to be gone soon, but I'm saying don't feel like you have to stay away from Veli's platform because you're holding things against me, man. You know what I mean, or anybody there, because obviously you are Miss Brother there. You know what I mean, Ned? I'm not going to lie. So I just come on to say, big up yourself, Ned. You're a champion, and obviously, fucking, forget about.
Oh, bless you, man. That's really nice of you.
Yeah, man. No, because I like.
Ned,
I've missed your presence, bro.
Ned,
no
are you part of the Rainbow Club?
No,
on the rainbow side of life.
All right. Okay. Excellent.
I'm on the rainbow side of life.
Thanks for that.
A show of respect. Just a show of respect to the brother, Ned.
King.
Pick up yourself, G.
King, what's the deal with Veli's channel, man? Where's he at?
Yeah. What happened to that?
A little piece. I think Betty just came on a couple of times and he kind of like just stopped streaming for a little piece. Is he
busy at work or something? Is this like a temporary thing or is this a permanent thing?
I don't know. I think it's the work situation as well. But I think I think he said he was going to come on for less. So
No,
I
but
didn't
let
expect
me just ask this real quick.
was
Yeah,
pulling up a
so he
couple too
didn't get.
many times.
Let me just ask this. He didn't get banned or anything because Ned came in here with all kinds of heat and smoke for me about I got Veli channel kill. I haven't been there for months.
No, Betty killed the channel. Trust me.
What happened?
me,
What
me
did
and
Betty
the
do?
two smartest guys there.
But is he actually like on some sort of suspension from YouTube?
No, he's not on a ban. No, he's not on a
Projectile,
ban.
He's just
fuck
stopped
you,
himself.
Mr. Projectile.
What actually happened was that it just fewer and fewer people were sort of going on there. I think that people going back
I'm not
to work.
there.
I think that people are going back to work, and so there's fewer people.
Atticus wasn't there.
Guys,
Atticus
let me just. Oh, okay. King has just jumped off. Okay. I was gonna let Empress on, and then take
one less
myself off.
homo.
Hello, Empress Janet.
Hello.
Guys, this is Empress Janet. She's
Yeah,
the lovely lady
yeah.
who runs the 24-hour American
Wait.
stream now.
Yeah, unemployed. Yeah, who is this broad? Who are you?
Dude, why are you always coming with such heat? At least let us say hello before you
Hold
come
on.
with all that.
First of all, I'm not abroad. I'm a lady.
Hey,
Second of all, I'm from America, and my name is Brittany, and you can call me Empress Janet.
There you go.
And how are you this evening,
You
sir?
look old, love.
Well, I am old, so that's Miss Brittany to you, honey.
Empress.
You mean
Janet.
No.
Brittany.
Banksy.
Atticus, hold on. Just take it easy, dude. Just let.
No. Hey, Empress, keep your camera on. Your yellow self.
Just give her a minute to like,
That's a red
let
bone,
the sweat on her brow dry before you fucking go at her.
Please.
Atticus is a character who has certain proclivities that he's an acquired flavor that takes a while to get used to. So, but as soon as
like a fine whiskey.
But once you do, get to grips with Atticus's sort of attitude, you'll love him. It's just, Atticus, just you're at a 12, bring it down to about a 6.5 until Brittany climatizes to you. That's all I'm asking. Is just let her climatize to you a little bit.
No. Thanks. Let me show you how to deal with this fraud. They like it hard and fast. They don't like nothing soft. Am I lying, Empress? You like it hard and fast, not soft.
Oh, damn. Okay, guys. Before all of this, we were actually discussing the Russell Brand video that I don't know if you guys managed to catch when I did a little rant about it.
Yeah, don't be so hard on Russell Brand, because please try and remember that he comes from a working class background. Right?
No, he comes from heroin. That's where he comes from.
The thing is, fair enough. He comes from a working class background, but that man has been pretty much a millionaire for the best part of a couple of decades now.
So what? I mean, he's a self-made man.
Drugs.
Gave him.
Yeah, but what I mean is, I think he has lost touch with this, with what the world is happening. I mean, when he talks about how these drivers, or since we've got labor shortage, like we should give people jobs that makes them feel fulfilled. Not every job is going to make everyone feel fulfilled.
No.
Some jobs just need to be done.
Let him pay the wages. Let him pay the wages.
Sorry, just a second. Here's the thing. Fox News have contracted him to actually go on to a lot of their programs.
That was hella weird. Sorry.
Right?
It's not. I'll tell you why.
What's actually happened is that apparently he's gone on to like the ultra right wing Fox News, and they don't take fools. I mean, the thing is,
they kind of do. Ned, they do.
Did you say
we'll talk, Ned.
Fox News, ultra right wing? Did you say that, Ned?
Fox
News.
Exactly. No. Wait. Who's talking?
Base. And then it was Ned.
Is that Based?
Ned.
Yeah.
Based.
Oh, sorry, Based. No. I'm just saying Based. Fox is just like CNN. Useful tools for the politicals.
But he Ned described it as ultra right wing.
Yeah, not ultra anything. They're dead middle in the center, just like CNN. Go on, Based.
Right. Well, I mean, Based. Can I just qualify what I said? When I say ultra right wing, what I mean, I don't mean far right sort of Nazis. What I mean is that they'd be to the right of the Conservatives. I mean,
No, they're not.
No, they appeal exactly
VOX.
to the
No, they're on
conservatives.
the left. No, they're on the left.
VOX.
Sorry, gentlemen,
Fox.
gentlemen, very quickly. Sorry, base. They're on the left to the conservatives, and they're on the right to the leftists, which
Yeah.
means they're dead middle center.
I mean, if you compare
Fox
them,
News-
if you compare them to the Labour Party, they'll be to the right of the Labour Party of Britain.
Exactly.
But they
Fox
are
News?
actually to the left of the Republicans of America.
Yes. Ned,
VOX.
go on, Ned.
No,
Go on,
no.
Ned. Go on, Ned.
Well, just
Yes,
let me qualify
right.
this.
Okay,
Look,
go on.
if you, right, Fox News, if you actually look at it, they're pro-gun control.
Well, he's saying Fox.
And,
He's
please-
saying Fox. He's saying Fox
No,
News, not Fox.
base. No, let
Oh
him
no, he's saying
qualify.
Fox
I
News,
think
not
Let him
Fox
qualify.
the corporation.
I'm
Version,
not
the
talking about
news.
Fox. I'm talking about Fox
Right,
News.
all right,
Yeah,
all
let
right.
him qualify, and then we'll respond.
Right,
I understand
okay.
now.
Fox News, FOX, Freddie
Right, sorry.
Organ Orange X-ray, okay? Fox News, right? The thing
Got you.
is that they're like pro-gun control, they're pro-capital punishment, they are anti-abortion. They're to the right of the conservatives. So when I actually say that they're ultra-right, I don't mean that they're like fascists, but what I mean is that they're very, very right-wing.
So they're like the very few conservative channels in America. That's what I would.
Oh yeah, but the most popular cable channel. They
Yeah.
get
but they're not ultra anything.
Well, no, I mean, I don't think they are in any way. One thing I want to say goodbye, Miss Empress Janet, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for coming. Now, as far as I mean, the
Where'd
thing is with
mutt
Fox
go?
News.
Hey, Banksy, wait. Where'd the mutt go?
Hey, dude, she's gone now, and you're still throwing a final jab on her way
She
out.
said yellow bone. It's actually yellow bone.
Look.
Better bring your ass back here in there.
Look, Janet's great fun. Go watch her stuff. She's good fun.
I'm
Actually.
not watching the old broad. If she wants to talk, let her come back on.
But that's it. Yeah, but hold it. I
Holy
mean, the
shit.
thing is that she's on
Okay.
all the time.
I don't want to
Not
digress
healthy,
too
is it?
far away from the Fox thing. As far as the Fox News scenario is concerned, dude, Ned, I think your assessment's a little bit off. I'll be honest, because I don't think Fox is in any way hard conservative. They are actually mostly, because they have to appeal to their, not just to their base as in their viewership, but they have to appeal to a lot of the advertisers.
Middle America.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, but
they've
also
lost-
advertisers. Advertisers are still very much appealing to the left.
Advertisers run all American news channels. Big Pharma is a huge advertiser for all their news channels in America, and that's why you amongst other things, you'll only get one narrative.
Exactly. That's why I don't think that you can ever really call them hard right or anything like that, because the advertisers would be gone. They would have no advertisers. Just the mere fact that if you look at the range of advertisers that Fox News has, you can't say that these guys are.
Their audience, well, just a minute. Their audience is huge. I mean, it's
Yeah, but
absolutely.
Trump supporters have fled Fox News because Fox deserted on Trump.
Yeah.
So when you say like
Good
ultra
point.
right, I mean they've
point.
lost so much viewers in the moment Fox News have.
Because of some of the stances they took on Trump. Admittedly,
Yeah, but
Tucker
Trump-
Carlson is bringing them back. Tucker Carlson is doing some good job. Oh, Atticus has dropped. Tucker Carlson is saying some, shall we say, controversial things that is actually bringing back a lot of viewership now.
That's the largest. They get more views than all the other cable networks, and they get more news than even many of the terrestrial channels as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they are the largest cable TV channel in America.
Yeah. Not all together, but they piss over any
Sorry,
like
guys,
CNN.
that dropped off.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing about the advertising is that apparently there was a great campaign to cancel Tucker Carlson,
Yeah,
And
massive one.
even though they can't get advertisers for Tucker Carlson, they still actually have him on
Oh yeah,
because he's such a huge draw.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Ned.
What?
He gets millions of views on YouTube alone.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's way too powerful. He's way too popular to just cancel the way they can't cancel him like they cancel some actor or some other minor celebrity.
Just
He's
very quickly, rejoinder. A
What's that?
rejoinder on that because I think we're experiencing a demographic change, Banksy. Okay. People my age group. I'm 35 this year. Okay.
You
We're
lucky
coming into
bastard.
mate, we're coming into our own this year and for the next couple of years. And there's Gen Z right behind us. And I don't think they've caught up yet. So there's a schism in which they're behaving in the same way that would appeal to my mom and dad, for example. But my mom and dad's generation are almost gone, bro. My dad was born in 48. He's an actual boomer. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
he's soon gone. And we've had this conversation. So that's why I can say this. It's like, I don't wish him ill. I love my father to death. They're together. Okay? They're together. They're still married. It's almost 60 years now.
Nice. That's
Yes,
rare,
sir.
man.
Yeah, that's why I don't run around crying racism, single mother this, blah, blah, blah. You fucking weirdos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I come from that nuclear family. And it's like, I recognize that. I'm the grown up now.
I'm with you. Let me
I ain't no kid.
let me get this this back to because at the beginning, at the top of all this, Ned, you said that Russell Brand gets invited on a lot of Fox News channels. The reason we ended up going down the road of Fox News
He's actually been given a retainer by Fox News.
But what I mean
And
is, does that indicate that he's somehow conservative because he goes on Fox News?
No, it's Fox News trying to put a bullshit balance in like GB News does.
I'm with it, guys. Let me just pause
Well
this.
said, Based.
Challenger is about to leave. Dude, do you want to say anything before you go, or are you good?
No, I'm good. Fuck politics anyway. But still, yeah, I'm off. But yeah, enjoy the books, Banksy, that I sent over to you.
Yeah.
Obviously, big up to everyone else, and yeah, feel free to come
Big
over
up,
to our live
Challenger.
streams anytime.
I
Thank
hope
you
you
for
could
coming,
stay
dude.
a
Thank
bit
you.
longer so we can speak to you and understand who you are as a person.
Yeah, guys, check out Challenger's channel as well. The Challenger is.
I'm not doing that shit. He can tell us right now.
Tell us next
but
time
he's
you
off.
come and we'll bake a cake.
He's going
Off
now.
doing what?
Just check him out when you get a chance.
You're gonna
Because
get.
he does
You're
have
gonna
some good
get in
stuff.
that last X videos clip, or the X hamster is a Pornhub.
No, I don't think
There's
so.
a guy called Gutfield or something like that. Gutfield, and the thing is that he's having Russell Brand on because Russell Brand can be naturally funny.
Oh, Gutfield, Greg Gutfield.
Yes.
Yeah, I watch him.
And they've had a sort of love-hate relationship for years and years and years, where they actually go in on each other. They slag each other off brutally, right, on YouTube. Right, and it's quite strange that he's actually paid Fox has paid a vast amount of money for him to go on to Gutfeld, for him so that he actually becomes like a pundit. And as I think Based has actually said, he sort of offers like a left-wing perspective.
Yeah, I mean that's what Fox and all the CNN, all these people do. Admittedly, I think MSNBC has finally dropped the act, and they don't even bother bringing on like a conservative to give any kind of conservative leaning views. They just have basically 99% leftists, and the one who they claim to be a conservative is really a leftist, but he's just or he or she is just slightly less of an insane socialist than the rest of those idiots on MSNBC.
At least Russell Brand, to be honest with you, he would be a good person in there because he would give some ridiculous replies sometimes, and maybe some insightful ones.
Yeah, but he's
you're gonna get entertainment from him.
The thing is, Russell Brand is well worth every penny because the man is sharp as a razor. He can think on his feet and he can improvise. So that show that Greg Gutfeld runs needs that kind of an individual who's quick off his, off off the bat, and he can think sharply, and he can improvise, and he can just throw out
Well, I
jokes.
think it's quite brave.
Banksy. They'll cancel him.
Brave of him.
Sorry,
They're
brave.
gonna cancel him.
You
If he's
cancel
that sharp, they will cancel him. Watch. Just a couple of episodes, and that's it.
You
for him.
mean Russell Brand or Greg Gutfeld?
No, Brand.
Oh, Brand. Well, I mean, they may cancel him off Fox, but the thing is, if he goes to, because Greg Gutfeld's,
He's a moron.
Yeah, Greg Gutfeld's channel or the show, it's not really a news show. It's a news comedy show. It's like a
banter.
Yeah, it's a banter show about current affairs. It's not.
No. You see what Ned just said, Banksy. You see what Ned just said. There's a reason they put him in that category, not on the main news stream, as it were. It's a comedy, light-hearted, something to fuck off in your evening when you come back from.
If he makes, this is the thing. If Russell Brand goes on that show, because I'll be honest, I haven't actually seen him on that show myself. I know Greg Gutfeld's show, and I catch those episodes on YouTube, but I haven't actually seen Russell Brand on it.
He's also taken Douglas Murray on, for fuck's sake. Douglas Murray.
Yeah. Another thing, I watched a bit of Russell Brand the other day about Big Pharma making a killing, and he was spot on. The video is very good, and he's spot on.
Well, this is the thing. This is just for me. It's like Ralph and these sort of right wing sort of patriotic alternative types. Is they highlight the problems. I don't disagree with the problems that they highlight. It's the solutions to the problems that I'm not in line with, and it's the same with Russell Brand and the Labour Party and Socialists. Some of them, they do highlight genuine issues. It's just their solution is some sort of socialist system. That's the problem. Their solutions are the problems, not their. Everybody can highlight the problem, and this is something actually DJ Rizza at Speaker's Corner said to me like 2 years ago. He kept saying, your show is all about, this is the problem, that's the problem, that's the problem. What are your solutions? Everybody points out the fucking problems, but nobody has any decent solutions. And that's the trick. If you listen to most of these people, everybody highlights the problems correctly. Everybody has terrible solutions to them.
But you need a platform as well. And just to give you an example, the platform that's making waves at the moment is Project Veritas.
Yes.
And their exposés on CRT last month, and now their exposés on the Kung Flu Miracle Jib Jab.
Yeah.
Have you seen that, Banksy? Have you seen that?
Yeah. I saw Project Veritas about the doctor who she didn't want to actually give these or the fact that they were hiding the people who were having adverse effects. I think were you on Manny Cinder's show last week?
Yeah.
Because I saw that show.
Yeah, you were quite quiet on that because I think you were quite taken back by a lot of the things that might have been coming out. But there's 3 exposés on it now.
Yeah.
We've had Pfizer. We've had the people on Pfizer saying, "Nah, man, don't give it to the kids."
Yeah.
I'm not giving it to my kids. No chance. And they work for the company.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, the problem with that particular subject is that it's like Manny's show. He had to take that show off YouTube and put it on something else, some other place, because you just can't keep that kind of conversation. You can't have those honest conversations. I was actually saying this at the top of the hour when I started the stream. YouTube is just becoming really dull and boring now. I was watching Censored TV tonight. I just happened to browse a few websites, and I went to Blaze, which is the site where Steven Crowder, does his sort of uncensored show.
Ultra far right.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you could say they're as far right as
ultra.
I'm not saying they're super ultra mega platinum right wing, but they are certainly conservative.
Out there with Attila the Hun. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're conservative. They
right.
believe in they believe in the Christ Church and no abortions
They're
and
fucking boring, bro.
Is it
They
Ken Beck?
really are. The left and the right. They're boring. They're not even aggravating. They're not agitating. They're not doing anything. They're just boring.
Yeah, but I mean,
they're fucking dead.
But I'll be honest though, when I started looking at these channels, Censor TV, Blaze.com, I watched a few clips of I don't know if you guys know Atheism is Unstoppable. He's on Censor TV, and I realized, oh my God, this is how fun YouTube used to be, when people used to actually be able to say the things they wanted to say, and now
they don't care. They don't care. As far, look, they literally want cuddly pets and cats and dogs and puppies,
flabby vagina,
and porn, child porn, most probably.
No, they don't want porn. They don't want porn.
No. I mean, Twitter's like a cesspit for it. But if we're talking about
Twitter is God. Oh my God! Twitter is just unbelievable. And this is the messed up thing. It's like they ban you if you say something controversial against, I don't know, transsexuals. But you can have hardcore porn. You can have a woman fist another woman on Twitter, and that's perfectly fine. But if you say a trans woman is a woman,
it's worse than that, mate. There's all CP on it and all sorts. Where like there's like these, they call themselves.
It's crazy.
Sorry, what's CP?
Child stuff.
Based.
Oh my God!
Watch this, Based. Gentlemen, watch this. You see, when you stop reacting and you stop engaging, they have nowhere to go, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you the truth. The best way to deal with this thing.
But the problem is they knock us off Twitter, right, for actually giving a factual statement.
I got knocked off Twitter, yes.
Yeah, for making a factual statement, yet they allow loads of CP and pedos on it, right, that actually advertise their things on the channel, and their content is that. And you could report that because it's fucking disgraceful and disgusting. I have no problem in doing it. And guess what? It'll stay up. You could go back and it'll just be there.
That is unbelievable. I've never come
across.
Understand.
I'll be honest. Sorry, real quick, Banksy. Sorry, gentlemen.
It's a black and white decision. It's just simple, isn't it? It's just like as soon as that's reported, it's not even an argument. You just drop it down.
You're missing the point, bro. You're missing the point. This is the thing. They need you, me, Banksy, Ned, and other people that actually use their brain to react. When you leave them alone, they don't like each other. You have to realize this. They're like the Banksy, you're Persian, okay? They're like the Arabs. If you leave the Arabs alone, they will kill each other. Am I lying, Banksy?
Yes.
Am
I lying, Banksy?
What are you saying? Leave the pedos. What were you saying? Leave the pedos alone on Twitter.
No.
Carry on being
listen to this. No, Based. Relax and just listen to this point. I'm asking you. I'm not telling you. I'm asking.
Ned, let Atticus clear the point though.
Okay,
exactly. Banksy, to just bring this point home to Based and other people. Okay, you're Persian.
No, but
am I lying when I say if you leave the Arabs alone long enough, they'll kill each other? Am I lying?
What's that got to do with the Twitter and the people?
No. Just answer the question and I'll tell you exactly what it has to do with it.
No, that's all it is. The drink talking, that's all it is. The model.
Ned, let Banksy answer the question first.
I've not talked for 5 minutes.
Okay. I know, Ned, but let him answer the question and you let him speak.
No, this is the trouble.
Ned, I'm not stopping him from speaking, but let me just get my questioning through.
Go on in, let him fucking talk.
Yeah, let him just get the meaning of the connection.
Marmite and cocoa powder, Ned. Marmite and cocoa powder on your bread. Relax.
Go on.
Relax.
Yeah, go on, him.
Okay, Atticus, where is the connection between Arabs killing each other and people who are pedos on Twitter and Twitter allowing?
I will tell you as long as you answer my question. That's all I need. I will tell you because I know you are you are a informed individual. Okay, you're Persian. You're not included in this. If you leave the Arabs alone enough, like long enough, they'll kill each other. Am I lying?
Yeah,
Yes or no?
you know, I don't disagree. I
What's
agree
the
with you on
tolerance?
that point. Where is the
Okay, I will
link
tell you.
between that and
Yes,
Twitter?
yes, yes, yes. I will tell
Yeah,
you. I just
Okay,
wanted
yeah.
a yes or no.
yeah, I
Booms.
agree.
There's the
Yes,
link.
I
Okay,
agree.
Booms.
thank
There's
you.
the link.
Now,
Now,
the
Boom.
tell
same
us the
thing
connection
works.
between that and
I will.
Twitter.
I shall, gentlemen. Just relax. Relax.
Oh, fucking hell.
Now, watch this. The same thing applies to the left. You have to leave them be because they'll tear each other apart. There's too
Yeah.
much contradictions within themselves. You understand? They
Yeah,
need
have another
someone
drink,
from the
mate. Have another
outside,
drink.
quote
What's that got
unquote.
to do with
Nothing.
I'm
It's got nothing to
answering,
do with it.
gentlemen. Do you
It
want me
has
to
nothing
answer
to
or
do with
not?
it.
Do you
It
want me
has
to
nothing
answer
to
or
And
do with
then
no?
it.
when you report,
Can
when
I
you
make a point
report
now?
such,
Come on, I've been
sorry,
quiet
go
for
on.
bloody 5 minutes. I've
Okay,
not
okay.
said a
Let
word.
They
let
don't
let
want.
let Ned
They don't
make.
want the answer. They don't want
Can
the
I can I
answer.
can
I'm
Okay,
I
okay.
giving
can,
you
Let
the
Ned
answer.
give
can
No,
I
his
no, no.
piece
Let me
now,
finish.
guys.
No, no, no.
yeah,
Ned,
nah,
you're
come
going
on,
next.
man.
Next, you.
He's been
Ned, I
chatting
promise.
shit
Sure.
for
I
five
promise.
minutes
I'm
now.
not bullshitting you. I'm not playing you. Ned,
Ah,
you go
fucking
next. Let
hell.
me just finish my point. So Banksy gets the
But
context. You get the
Yeah,
context. Welsh gets the
he's a
context.
channel
Watch this.
killer.
You leave them long enough. You leave them long enough with each other.
okay, you're talking about the
Just people are
left.
thinking
I
that.
That's
see.
not me talking. That's not me
I
talking.
I
About.
People
agree
I
are
don't
with
know who
thinking
this is.
I agree with that. Although there are caveats to that. I
Yeah,
think
he's
sometimes you
pissed.
can't leave
This is
people
all
alone because they're
realistic.
gonna destroy the world and take us with them.
Somebody's no Banksy. Somebody's talking in the background. It's not you.
I know, but Atticus. Um, okay, I'm gonna put a pin in that because I will come back to that. Ned, what was it that you
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
say? Let's get Ned's
Right.
let's piece out.
Right. Can I just say, look, just getting on to base point, I can't understand what the business model is for Twitter, but on YouTube, what actually happened was that it cost an awful lot of money to actually run YouTube. They were making an awful lot of money from adverts. Then there was a New York Times article which showed that there was all kinds of terrible things happening on YouTube, and they were showing like Marks and Spencer's adverts, and then there would be something terrible on the YouTube that followed, and so they've had to cut it right back, and they've tamed YouTube now, and they're now at the point where they're happy to have cuddly furry animal videos and also corporate videos. So that's why YouTube has changed, and they can afford that. That's a model that they can afford. They don't want controversial on YouTube anymore because they lose their ad revenue. And I don't know how it works on Twitter, but that's why it's happened here because of finance. There's my point.
Yeah, okay. When you mentioned that ad revenue, right? It always quite amuses me because if I was going to, you know, place an ad and my target audience were adults and they were mostly young adults, I'd mostly want to target my adverts to the more riskier channels rather than
No,
the
no,
the
exactly the
cuddly.
opposite happened. They all stopped they apparently YouTube lost an absolute fucking ton of money. I don't know whether they almost came to the brink of bankruptcy, but there was a period where you had people like Marks and Spencers, and they were putting adverts out, and then there would be like a really extreme
Yeah,
video that followed it,
yeah, I understand what
and
you're
they
saying,
withdrew
but
all of their adverts.
surely if they can if there's got to be advertisers out there that would be interested not in porn or anything crazy but like more political things. I mean, because obviously they target you with adverts anyway as it is, don't they?
No, no, because precisely if let's say that you have somebody on, like Tommy Robinson, let's say you have Tommy Robinson on, and then you have a Marks and Spencer's advert, it looks as if Marks and Spencer's is endorsing Tommy Robinson. No matter what you
Yeah,
think of Tommy Robinson, right?
yeah.
You see the point I'm making?
I'm not denying anything you've just said. That's all I'm saying is I would have thought there would be an option for advertisers to go for like a different, you know, like more political channels, etc. I don't know.
They don't want you. They don't want me. You know, in the past, if you went onto
Yeah, I know
YouTube in the
YouTube
past and
does.
you started
I know
saying,
YouTube does. But I was just
sorry,
thinking, I know YouTube don't want people like us on their platform, but they have,
oh yeah,
and
they
they're
did in 2016.
yeah, and they're always going to really else, it's going to lower. But my point is, I'm just surprised that they wouldn't have automatically set up an advertising for companies that not going for like dodgy content, but just riskier content, not children friendly content, for example.
Well, apparently not. I mean, apparently
Yeah.
not. I mean, there's another thing. I don't know whether you've seen this, but there is like a kind of social quantifying thing that's going on. You know, an awful lot of corporations now are actually doing these diversity statements where they're actually saying, we support the LGBT plus sort of community, and it is our aim, and we support people taking the knee.
Raiders.
Yes, they're putting these statements out, these sort of diversity statements, right? The thing is that apparently there's some kind of indice that's being tallied up, and they have to do that to keep within this sort of indice. I can't completely work it out, but they have to do it to maintain some kind of, I don't know, I forget what it is.
It's a bit like positive discrimination. But in this case, it's like positive, more bullshit, summoning brave.
Guys, I want to just qualify. This is Ralph. It should be Ralph.
I am fully trans-vaccinated. It's me.
He had a lateral flow test.
I identify.
He's not coming on without a lateral flow test.
I am trans-vacky. I'm a tranny-vacky, man.
I posted an image of a guy with a T-shirt who said, "I am trans-vaccinated. I'm not actually vaccinated, but I identify as vaccinated."
Wait. So it's vaccinated, not accelerated now. It's vaccinated, not accelerated.
Okay, I'm a tranny-vacky. Is that better? There you go.
He's trans-accelerated vaccinated.
I just flew through to hear Atticus saying, if left alone, the Arabs will kill each other. I thought, I can't resist this one.
No one can ever say he never did anything for the elk.
Sorry, what was that?
So Ralph, you had some hard-hitting words to say about Atticus earlier on. Would you like to convey the message back to him?
I didn't understand you guys were talking at the same time. What was
and let the shit show begin.
Let's talk.
I was just flying through. I saw Russell. I thought, I'm not going to listen to that. And I came back again to the line, Atticus saying, if left alone, the Arabs will kill each other. I was like, okie dokies.
Are you going to diss the man like that? You say, fly there. I'm not going to listen to that.
What's going on anyway? What are you guys on about other than killing an Arab?
Atticus was, I think, hinting to the fact that if you just leave the leftists at their own devices, they will eat each other eventually, which is kind of happening. I mean, the cancel culture has actually hit the leftists more than it has anyone else. So it is true that they are eating themselves, but I don't think that had anything to do with inappropriate pedophiles posting inappropriate images of CPs, as they say, on Twitter. That was the actual subject. Is why is Twitter allowing such things to go on?
It's like this is my second account on Twitter, and it's on its ass again. I'm gonna lose it. But I just try and I don't give a fuck at the moment.
But you know what? He's a committed social justice warrior, right? He's actually explicitly a committed SJW, Jack. So Twitter, the CEO of Twitter, right? So.
Oh yeah,
full on, Jack Dorsey.
What is outrageous is that you'll read a thread and they'll say this is these disgusting channels, and it's what is it attracted to minors something they've done like a.
But
the reality is, right? Wait there. Let me just get my point out. it should be taken down, and the channel should go. And you look at the channel; it's got like 1,000 followers on it. So it's been going for like 2 years, 3 years, and you're thinking, how can they do? They could just be gone, just off the platform. But they're not. They keep on.
They've spent they've basically spent just under 9 billion in total for the social media firms in the last 12 years to combat hate speech. And now they realize they can't combat hate speech. So now all the new algorithms are operating what's called counter speech. So in the next 2 to 3 years, you're going to see a host of counter speech algorithms because they've given up on combating hate speech. All they can do is block your account. They can kill your account from growing, right? That's all they can do. They can just put a cap in it. The new one is they're implementing and testing AIs to run counter speech. So counter speech is the latest in complex systems and AI thinking that says if you're running a narrative, let's say, I don't know, kill all the Arabs, for example, they can ban you for hate speech, or what they can start doing is building counter narratives that run in parallel to your narratives.
Right.
And so what they're going to do is start ingesting automated counter narratives at the same time. So if you said, Atticus says, Arabs will kill all each other, they'll start implementing speech threads and bots that keep telling you the data and stats on how Arabs won't kill each other. So that's what's the latest edge coming in the next. They're testing alphas right now.
So are they going to run like bot accounts that actually run then counter
They're
narrative?
going to do 2 things. Yeah, they're going to run bots running automated machine learning for counter narratives, and then what they're going to do is they're going to arm their individual workers. They have massive data centers, right, where they have actually human beings, and those people are going to use the AI algorithms to inject themselves into your threads.
Bloody hell. So basically they're gonna do what they've been claiming Russia has been doing for during the Trump election. They're gonna just do it on the left.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Gentlemen, it doesn't matter. They can try this, they can try that. People are disengaging and they know it.
Yeah, I mean
People
the thing
know.
is though,
But by the way, hold on, Baxi. Hold on, sir. Hold on. Big up yourself, Ralph. You know what? You blocked me on Vellies. A bit of a cowardly move with your geriatric self, but over here I'm a mod, so you can't hide.
but he's here.
That's quite an African law.
Just come into the room.
Of course, listen, spear chucking laugh. It's a real spear chucking laugh. I mean, I got the loincloth and everything, Ralph. You should see me.
It sounds like, have you ever seen the film Mars Attacks? Have you ever seen how the aliens go?
That's different. That's like Raj. That's different. That's like Raj. Come on, guys. That's like Raj, and you know, that's like.
The banter is strong in these ones.
No, I'm actually Nilot. I'm a Nilot. And that means we held the Bantus at bay. So you should know who you're dealing with.
Yeah. Give it to
them. Ralph is right.
Double barrel Atticus.
Oh, Welshie, man. Welshie, have you been on the latest protests? I'm curious about Welshie's been on the streets, yeah?
Yeah, Welsh is doing some splendid work. He's actually on the ground.
Last week I saw he was actually throwing his camera at someone and stuff, thrusting in front and stuff. What's it like, Welshie?
Where was this?
We've been getting really good support with motorists on this. You know, we've been just holding signs on the pavement, nice and simple. Yeah, we've been getting good responses. To be honest with you, quite surprisingly good responses. Where obviously they're saying like 80% of the population is double jib jabbed.
Sorry, mic dropped. Sorry, internet connection.
But talk about my. I'm going to court on next Monday. Accused of unnecessary travel while walking dog.
Seriously?
Oh yeah. This is like really serious. I'm going to try on the.
Can I ask a question, gentlemen? Apart from Ralph, because I know what he's up to, but to everyone else, why do you care so much? I've figured this shit out, but why do you invest so much in bullshit?
What does that mean?
It's a distraction, Ralph. I know what you're up to.
No, you don't.
Guess what? As much as Ralph is a bullshit, he actually knows. No. Let me just say this. Relax. Watch this. As much as Ralph is a bullshitter, he does recognize what's going on. All I'm saying is this. because he's got his own agenda. But I'm saying this: all this it's a distraction from what's actually going on. Now, if you ask me like what's actually going on, I'll answer you. But I'm not going to go into it unless you ask me. But it's a distraction. All this is bullshit.
So basically, I summarize what you're saying. All this is bullshit. This is bullshit. It's a distraction. If you ask me, I'll tell you. Otherwise, it's a distraction. Did I capture your main points correctly?
No, you got it wrong. You missed one tiny point. If you ask me what it means that it's a distraction, I'll tell you. But I don't want to go into it because I don't want to take too much time talking. I want other people to talk. But you can ask me. Feel free to ask me, and I'll tell you. Feel free to ask me, and I'll tell you exactly what it is that's happening. No conspiracy theory, no nothing, no weirdness.
Does someone want to ox at us?
Well, Ralph is either he just trolls and he enjoys trolling, or B, he's trying to engineer the complete downfall of Western civilization as we know it, so that they can install like a medieval type corporate entity in the West, which goes back to
Ned.
He's working for India, or he's working for
Ned, exactly.
Ned, did you see?
He is a Modi spy.
Did you see Curtis? Did you see Curtis on Tucker? Ned, did you see Curtis on Tucker Carlson?
No. Is he on? Is he on?
The Polish guy.
No, Curtis Maybuck.
Maybuck was on Tucker, so you guys don't believe this. NRX were completed when we hit the mainstream. So NRX won.
Jesus Christ, we're in trouble. This is it. These are
it's all going down.
Apocalypse is upon us.
This is end time.
It's going to happen on Thursday.
Listen, you need to find your religion now. You need to make your peace with God. These are end days. I'm telling you.
Ned, I'm actually going with your fourth analysis, or was it third or fourth? I think Ralph is an infiltrator from the Indian government in order to punish Britain for their colonial past of India.
Jai Hind.
It's half right. It's only half right. The Indian intelligence services have a deep relationship with the British intelligence. When you say infiltration, we say cooperation.
Not if you want to bring down the state.
Well, do you know Modi actually made a speech where Modi made a speech recently where he said, "In my lifetime, there will be an Indian running Britain, Prime Minister of Britain."
It's pretty.
Yeah, he said in his life. He actually said in his lifetime, in the longest speech, he said there will be an Indian Prime Minister and President of the United States at the same time.
And the Queen will suck my dick.
Damn. But Ralph, how about this? Is this rumor true that Mark Collette?
Wait. Are you gonna ask Ralph a question and not me?
I'm sorry. I just want to because I just heard this recently. Mark Collette is now cooperating with Hope Not Hate.
No, Mark Collette's not cooperating with Hope Not Hate. But there are certain things that have come to light that I can't share on this panel. Some things come to light that make it increasingly clear that either something's going to happen towards prescription or something else is going to happen. The prescription won't happen either. So anyway, my job of infiltrating and accelerating the demise of PA is behind me. It's history files now. We're way ahead. We're preparing for phase 4 now. So.
Sorry. What the fuck did he just say?
Not a lot, really, but
something about prescription. What the fuck is that about?
I mean, the thing is, from my understanding, there's been rumors that Mark Collette is now, I don't know, he's been cornered or something's happened, and now he's basically giving up state evidence against all these other people like the BNP and other shit like that. Now there's also other rumors that they're marching with Antifa in some kind of rallies or some sort of.
No, it's not that. It's different. It's a question of what the only reason you can't form a political party. There's only 2 or 3 reasons you can't form a political party. One is you're on the route to prescription.
As in,
now.
what do you mean by prescription? As in being charged with
If you're-
something?
No, if you're prescribed organization like
Oh, a
ISIS.
prescribed organization as a banned organization.
That means it would be illegal. It would be illegal to be a member of it. You're facing immediate custodial.
Okay. So is this what PA is?
Given a license.
Sorry, Base, you're really muffled. What did you say?
Yeah, what did you say?
Britain First has just been given a license, I think.
Britain
BF have gone
first.
through the commission, yeah, but they don't see the trouble with Paul Goldie is they don't have any armed units. They don't have any boys training for physical violence.
Oh, I see. But was PA doing any of that?
Again,
well, I saw a video of him like boxing training. He was part of some sort of boxing training.
It's not the boxing training. It's as long as you have lots of guys organizing in what looks like paramilitary uniforms in the woods, you usually have the intelligence services. Are very interesting. That's the last stage before what's called the preparation of acts of terror. So if you look at how national action worked, finally before the 6 or 7 units that went into action all went to that same pattern. So PA is exhibiting the same signs that are the last steps of the science before preparation. So that's, but anyway, the acceleration of the 37 gang and all the good work means that PA and that whole thing is now divided into 2 pieces that will eventually become 4 pieces and irrelevant to us at this point. Our job is done. We're gone.
Yeah. No, sorry, just a second. Can I just tie up a few things? Base is actually saying, are you suggesting that Britain First has been prescribed? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Well,
Britain First won't be prescribed.
Yeah, I mean, aren't they applying to become to register as a political party again?
BF have been they've been given political party status, but they're not going to be prescribed because they're not threatening violence. The thing that gets you prescribed,
they've been recognised as a political party, haven't they?
Correct.
But Jade Franson, she's already organised that Britain Free Britain or something. What was it?
They're not registered as a party.
They're not
Britain
registered.
First. No, Paul Golding is, but he's now detached himself from Jim Dawson and to a large degree Nick Griffin. So, but again, that's not how it works. You have to think of what the state looks at. The state looks like, are you going to be a threat of organised violence? Right?
Yeah.
Britain First is no threat. They're going to march up and down with some green flags, go and get the Aussies.
Surely that's the same. But surely that's the same with PA. That they're sort of mostly harmless.
No, Ned. I can assure you.
Harmless.
No,
harmless?
Ned. No, they boys in PA are not harmless. No.
Yeah, there's a lot of different groups of PA. I mean, okay, Laura Towler and her tea up in Yorkshire Hills isn't going to do much, but the other guys, the other different groups of PA, especially some of them like in London. I mean, one of them was apparently a convicted friggin' paedophile that was living in one of the houses in London. So
there's that as well. That won't get you prescribed. The other problem is if you look at the German trials have just finished and gone through the courts of the largest right-wing group, right? That went through the Germans, and they had tremendous support between the police and the armed forces.
Is that national? Not national action. Is that is that civil? The Martin Sellner thing? Is that group?
No, Martin Sellner. They're general. Yeah, but they're not physically violent. I'm talking about an actual group that was literally recruited from both the German army and the German police, which was stopped by counterintelligence, intelligence penetration, and they were literally had the same patterns as PA as they had in the early days. They look a lot like what PA is: forming groups, forming young militias, making friends in the police forces and the army. Those are the things the state pay attention to, right?
Okay.
PA was
doing that.
Was doing that, was it?
PA is over now because it's effectively being imploded by the countries. So their traffic is 70-30, 65-30 now, split between them and PT. So it's over. Job's done, man. You've got to look forward.
So you promoted them in 2019 and then you destroyed them in 2020.
Like I say, it's behind us. It's all phase 2, phase 3 stuff, guys. We're looking forward.
Phases. Oh, of course, I forgot the phases.
Well, 20 years
That's the whole point is you should forget them, right?
20 years from now, they're going to do a comeback tour, right? You get a lot of geriatric old men coming back 20 years ago to see some of their
Are you still in Germany, Ralph? Or are you coming
man, I've been knackered last 10 days. We just finished the election campaign, so I've been on my So just finished all the elections, went out, met all, had the big celebrations, met all the FD did quite well because this race has been all about the German chancellor. So all the minor parties had to give into tactical voting, right? So we'll know in a couple of weeks or a month or so which of the three alliances form. But yeah, no, AFD, yeah, good stuff. I've been to some lovely Swish events. All is good.
Sorry, what kind of percentage of the vote did they get across Germany? Do you know?
They lost 1.5%, so they got 11, 10.8, 10.9% on the national average, but they soared ahead in Saxony. So where they went up, they hit their peak. The maximum peak is about 35%, and they've hit 32% across Saxony. So what are they doing right in Saxony is what they have to replicate. Right? But now they're all eyes on France and Sweden next, and then England or Britain.
Yeah, but which political party is even in a position to be able to behave the way the Germans, the German?
There will be a party soon enough.
Front National.
You mean in
Britain?
In France?
Oh no, sorry. I thought you said.
I thought you meant France as well, mate.
Oh, sorry.
France,
No, I meant in Britain. Like, which party could possibly even? There isn't even one that's registered that would even come close to what the American, the German.
By the summer and the spring of next year, phase 4 will be apparent to you chaps after the work is already in play. You don't want me to spoil your Christmas presents early, do you?
No, I'll spoil it. It's all right. But whichever the next Nazi party of Britain is going to emerge.
Yeah, there's somebody in bloody Delhi moving chess pieces across a board, aren't they?
I kind of don't see that though. I sort of see Ralph just sitting in front of his laptop with maybe one other screen with Minecraft in one screen, porn in the other.
Yeah, I'm just
his sticky fingers running over the keyboard.
Yeah. Don't worry about me, man. I'm just a tourist, right?
I'm still convinced Ralph is just trolling. He's just a giant troll, because there's literally nothing that he has predicted or said has come to pass. Like, everything he talked about, he was talking about how PA was going to be the next, uber political party that's going to take over Britain, and like they barely lasted a year before they started crumbling.
You forgot, Banksy. The whole point about propaganda is not to be true or intelligent; it's to be effective.
Yeah, but what effect have you actually have had? There's been no effect.
Have you seen the state of the current right?
Yeah, they're fractured, falling apart.
Thank you. You're welcome.
No, the far right, the centrists are still centre. The people who are still sensible and sane are still sensible and sane. They haven't changed.
No, they're being polarized, Banksy.
But the thing is, Tommy Robinson's era was already Tommy peaked like 15, about, I would say 2000 and maybe 15, that was his 15, 16 was his peak at best.
2016 summer.
So Tommy wasn't particularly going to be effective. Britain First was fracturing, and they came after them. The state came after them heavy and hard, and just like tore the legs from under them.
Useful idiots.
Sorry?
They were all useful idiots. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Why is anybody... Wait, Banksy. Why is anyone stressing over any of this shit? Same old idiots doing the same old shit. Why is anyone stressing? It means nothing.
Well, this is the thing. I just don't. The only thing I see that they're marching through and marching forward with barely unhindered is the left and their homo, LGBT, trans, inclusive, feminist agenda.
That's Banksy. Once the system has made use of them, it's going to be another thing.
Yeah, but dude, what I'm saying is...
Actually, Atticus is right in a strange way. For reasons you might not know.
But the thing is, the right are fractured, but the left is just marching forward. Every day you got,
No, the left is polarizing. No, if you watched the Labour Party conference today, the left is polarizing and going to break into two pieces. As is the right.
That's happening.
Exactly, Ralph. Exactly.
You're going to have the true momentum social justice warriors charged by the eco warriors of the left. Listen to the speech conferences today from Brighton. And then there's going to be the global homo Keir Starmer left. And that's not going to last long.
Yeah, no, I don't think
one of them is going to win.
Yeah, I don't think Keir
It's cyclical.
Starmer's he's not really the leader of that party. They still
Correct,
look to
because the Labour
Jeremy
Party,
fucking Corbyn for the leadership. Keir
you know what that
Starmer's
is?
just like a
Because
fill-in.
You're missing
no,
the
because
point,
there's
Banksy.
a deeper reason. The Progressives launched 330,000 Labour Party members that are all momentum members, and they are anti the Keir Starmer Global Homo Liberal Brigade. That civil war, same as the Democratic Party in the US, that's going to play itself out in the next 3 to 4, 5 years. Completely.
Exactly. Gentlemen,
Right,
do you know?
can I just offer, can I just offer a
Ned,
completely
very quickly. Yes,
go on,
sir.
Ed,
Yes,
go on.
sir. Just
Go.
very quickly. Quick rejoinder. Watch this. Do you know the worst thing you can do to a human being? I'm asking every single one of you. Do you know the worst thing you can do to a human being? Anybody care to answer?
It raises dignity.
Okay, that's Ralph. Ned, what's yours?
Make him mad. Make him mad. Make somebody
Okay,
mad.
what's yours? Based.
Take their liberty away.
Okay. What's yours, Banksy?
Take away hope.
I'll tell you what it is. Very simple. Ignore him. That's the worst thing you could do to a human being, bro.
So
simply render him inert. Ignore him. Human beings can't stand that.
Well, that's very interesting. Getting back to what Ralph was actually saying, can I just give an opposing view to what he's just said? There's another take on that, and that is that everybody that's now sort of helping Keir Starmer, whether you like him or not, were all big noises in the Labour in Blair's time. And Blair was the most successful Labour leader in this country ever. He won more elections than any other Labour leader. Now, whether you like him or you don't like him, Blair was successful. He wowed people. And all the people, Mandelston, all the people that were big noises in his day, they've come back and they've gone round him, and he's starting to adopt a whole load of policies. Now, that may not work, right? Because the Labour Party is extremely sort of woke at the moment, still. So even if he changes at the top, he's still got a woke Labour Party. So you may be right, Ralph. But on the other hand, the Boris may fail drastically in the next 2 to 3 years. Okay,
the
in which he may be an alternative government. Sorry,
the opposition's Keir, isn't it? You know, have you got a cervix now?
I think that is right, because Boris is unlikely to stand and be the prime minister in 2024. He'll probably be replaced, and the Conservative Party, for what we understand about that group that was 40 to 50 MPs, is now 90 MPs. So the right-wing pressure on the Conservative Party is tremendous, and the mirror symmetry is momentum's pressure for social justice is tremendous on the middle MPs. So if you plot the MPs and you size them, it's about 215 MPs that are progressive left-wing social justice MPs. You've got about 350 MPs in the middle, global homo, and you've got about 100 MPs on the right. Those are going to split like Europe. And at some point, you're going to have 5 or 4 parties. In the next 10 years, you can have 5 or 6 parties in Parliament. That's the current shape.
Yeah, but Labour being in the opposition at the moment, I mean, Jeremy Corbyn, he was many things that I hated of him, right? But he was opposition, and he did speak up against the government. Keir Starmer is just a joke of an opposition.
You're right, Boshi. You know why? Because Boris and Keir Starmer are both globalists, whereas Corbyn was not. He was actually a socialist.
Mm.
So both Keir Starmer and Boris Johnson are two sides of Janus of the same coin. But the money is on the momentum people who just keep flooding the Labour Party. And they're going to take revenge.
He shouldn't be agreeing with the tower line of .gov. He's opposition for a reason. But like I said, he's no opposition.
Correct, because really what's going to happen is that so imagine a camel's hump. That camel's hump is going to become 2 camel humps.
It already is.
It's almost breaking that. It's at that polarity point. And the speeches of the Labour conference today were very telling. Most of the fiery speeches were from the social justice wing. If you look at the Green Party, because we obviously tracked the last month very closely, I've been running up and down with the AFD people. The Green Party slaughtered the Linke Party for the same reason. They just flooded the Green Party, and they took just under 20%. So for the first time in German history, the vice chancellor will be a Green. So the same thing's going to happen in Britain. One of those momentum social justice Corbynistas is going to take revenge, and they're going to either split the Labour Party and break it, or pressure it into two different coalitions. In the same way the Tories are going to break, right? So if you look at Delingpole or his crew, they're very discontent. Shire Tories are very unhappy with Boris Johnson. Same things happen, same pattern. Now, if you look at Europe, you'll see that pattern. That thing already happened 10 years ago in Europe. Britain is going to join that train. So you're now going to have 4 choices, not 2. And that 4 is going to be like 8 choices in the next 5 to 10 years. So that's the pattern.
Well, I haven't got a choice at the moment. I honestly couldn't vote for Conservatives anymore. That's really good.
Good man, Roshi. Yeah, they betrayed the people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if I'm not a libertarian, but if I was a libertarian, I wouldn't be voting Tory in my life again.
But Brace, what could they do that they haven't already done for you? I mean, look, let's say, what's in Brexit. They introduced that. They've done that.
Servus.
Yeah? They're trying to actually. They're trying to restrain immigration. They're trying to do that. I mean, they are actually.
Whoa!
Long time.
Restraining immigration. Now that's just a joke. I think there's we get over 300,000 a year, and it hasn't gone down in Boris. It's gone up.
Sorry guys, let me just say hello to Arundel. It's been a while, Arundel. How's the white race doing at your end?
I'm more interested in the topic of your stream, because we almost got no infos from all of the no petrol and possible. I saw a headline like he wants to use the military in the UK or something for the petrol shortage or something like this. Can someone break it down for me, because we got no infos here in Germany.
Down for you.
Jawohl.
Yeah, etiquette.
Okay. The situation is it's not that there is shortage of petrol or diesel.
Supply.
It's actually drivers to deliver them to the actual various petrol
More
stations.
importantly, it started because mainstream media thought it'd be a great idea to put the fright out on people. So everyone then fills up with their petrol, which emptied the petrol stations. So they obviously tried to replenish them. That just encouraged the people filling up their fucking tanks. Yeah. And now we're in a situation where we haven't got enough, technically, lorry drivers to deliver the fuel. But they're saying a lot of people have got full tanks now, so there's no demand again.
No, follow the base. Follow the money. Follow the money. Find out who has stakes in this petrol station and these petrol suppliers. Follow the money.
No, but it's not a conspiracy. It's just people panic buying.
No,
it's not like some shifty people in clokes. Whilst they were speculating at the Skull and Bones meeting.
No. I gotta address it. When you say, hold on. What's this, man? When you say conspiracy, you have to understand. Look at the definition of the word conspiracy. It just means 2 or more people coming together to make something happen. Okay?
No, but
so it's wait, Banksy, wait. Just get the context. When you say Skull and Bones and all this, it's not that, bro. All it takes, look, Banksy, if you have shares in a supply company, I have shares in a petroleum company. Ralph has shares in another company that has to do with fuel. What we got to do is just sit down. As soon as we sit down, by law,
that's a
conspiracy. So it's nothing to do with aliens or any weird
I know, but we're
like
talking
that.
about conspiracy theories, which would then take it into the realms of some people actually purposefully designing this.
That's how the
I'll give you another conspiracy theory if you like. I think this was actually devised by the Tesla company in order to scare the shit out of people so that they go and buy Teslas.
Nah, that's a bit too far reaching. It makes no plausible
cause. That's
I'll tell you what. it makes more sense for the people that own the shares or own stake in companies that hold fuel right now. Because guess what? Remember when I told you guys, ask me to tell you why it's all bullshit. We're going through a deflationary period. Okay, not inflationary.
Ultra's responsible for all of this. I think it's the bus
No,
drivers.
just Ned. Wait, Ned. Let's not take the piss out of each other because I'll talk over you the entire time that you talk over me, bro.
Anyway.
Let's not take the piss out of each other, bro. I was talking and you're just talking over me. Ned, relax yourself. Relax yourself, Ned. Guys, relax yourself. Let me finish and then you talk. You understand, Ned? Chill out. Marmite and cocoa powder.
Forever and ever and ever.
Marmite and cocoa powder.
Come on,
Let me finish what I'm saying.
Just give each other a bit of time.
Very quickly.
Ned, please give Atticus 1 full minute, and then Atticus give 1 full minute.
Relax yourself, old man.
60 seconds. Come on, guys. 60 seconds each. You can hold it for 60.
Relax yourself. Watch this.
Go on,
We're going through a deflation. You got 1 minute. Yes, sir. We're going through a deflationary period. That's why they're doing inflationary measures. Okay. Deflation simply means the devaluation of prices, namely asset prices. You notice nobody's going back to the office that doesn't have to. That means the prices of the offices are going to come down. Property prices are going to come down. The government, along with their cronies who fund them, namely corporations, anybody that's got a stake in property, are trying to inflate the economy. The biggest fear right now is not inflation, it's deflation. Okay? Now, coming back to the fuel very quickly. I know I got 30 seconds.
You got 17.
Thank you. They're trying to no problem. They're trying to push product through as fast as they can. You understand? They're trying because guess what? They told people lock down, stay at home, everybody's diseased, stay away from each other. What they didn't recognize is like, hey, if people are not going out and meeting each other,
sorry about
there's
that.
No petrol.
Oh, shit, the time's actually run out now.
Can you time the Norwich boy as well? Banksy, can you time the Norwich boy as well? 1 minute.
I'm timing everyone. Everyone gets 1 minute. Go on, Ned.
Norwich boy.
I got 1 minute.
No. Click the timer because you talked over me. Yeah. He's running. Yeah, Norwich boy. Yes, cocoa powder.
Ned. Sorry, Atticus, please come on.
Now, look,
everybody was respectful.
I asked him to be quiet. Right? You asked me to be quiet, and I was quiet.
Your 60 seconds has started. You're already at 54.
No. He was.
Yes.
Ned, your time starts now.
Thank you very much. I think it's Ultra. I think Ultra is responsible for all of this. All the bus drivers. I think that this is a conspiracy by the bus drivers to force people to go onto the buses. Their petrol runs out, right? And
not
he's
fair because they were talking over me.
Atticus, come on.
Not fair.
Nobody interrupted him. Nobody interrupted you.
I didn't.
Not till the end. Not till the very end when the time actually ran out.
Yo. This is colorism.
Come on, man. Come on. You know you're my boy. You know I don't fucking.
You call me a boy. I told you.
You're my man. You're my dog.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done. You just
What Banksy wanted to actually say is, you're my nigger, Atticus. You're my nigger.
No, I'm not going to say that.
You're my homeboy.
Why do you have to say that shit, man?
Banksy, don't interfere.
I'm saying he's my
goosebumps.
He's my guy. But dude, come on, guys. Ned, you still have 44 seconds.
Nah, fuck it. Fuck it. No,
you're done?
I'm done. I'm done. Yep.
You're done. Okay, Atticus.
Too hot for Ned. Too hot for Ned. I mean, what I get from this crisis over to you is we should focus all of our energy to convince the truckers to come to our side. You know, they have the. We already saw it in Australia. These people have the might to finally. To have a workers' uprising, right? To shut down this globalist agenda by aligning ourselves with the truckers. This is great.
Well, I mean, the truck problem and the fuel thing are two different things, mind you. I believe the fuel thing was basically created, and it's at the moment they're just trying to catch up, getting fuel into the stations. I believe that the majority of the country have got full tanks, and they've actually got like 2 weeks worth. A lot of people, and there's going to be the other way around shortly.
Well, yeah, because that's exactly what happens. People overfill, then they have to use it, so they're not going to fill up for a few weeks.
Yeah. So I think you'll find that they're going to be chilling out in a couple of weeks. But the lorry,
it's already happening. It's already happening. They announced today that yesterday it was a third of petrol stations were closed. Today it's a quarter. It's going down. We are passing the critical point, apparently.
Yeah. So the lorry driver problem, though, is very real, and we should be paying more for lorry drivers. Half the problem with
should be training them.
Yeah.
Well, of course. But half the problem with the EU is because it was much simpler for Morrison's and all the other fucking big companies to get drivers from Eastern Europe or Europe, right, to fill in the gap. The reality was, Class A drivers were getting paid like fucking £80 a shift, and they've got to pay every year to get relicensed and get like this exam they're going to go through.
Yeah, this was the thing.
Their wages has dropped year on year for 15 years. You know.
Yeah. Well, these are the reasons why a lot of actual qualified drivers have left the profession. This was this guy who was on Good Morning Britain. I don't know when it was, but he was talking to Anna Soubry, and he was saying this isn't that we have a shortage. That this is something new. First of all, he proposed solutions to this in 2015. Second of all, that because the working conditions and the pay for this particular profession is not good enough for the amount of qualifications that they need. This is a reasonably high quality or qualified job. This isn't you can't just pick up, it's not McDonald's. You can't just pick any fucking student off the street and make him into a lorry driver overnight. These guys are highly skilled individuals, and they should be paid accordingly. But they're not.
And because of Kung Flu, a lot of the Eastern blockers went back home, which you would do, which is natural, and they haven't come back at the moment. And it's not necessarily all because of Brexit, because there's a problem throughout the whole industry now in Europe. It's not just Britain. Germany in a worse position than Britain is with lorry drivers at the moment, but it's like through all the countries.
Yeah.
Look at sorry, just a second. Look at Ralph's bloody comment in the side chat. Amateur economics hour. Love it, right? Now, it seems
what can I say, man?
We have an expert. We've got an expert on economics. Could you please tell us where we're all wrong, Professor Ralph?
Sure, really, easily, because what we're doing is the economy is going through a temporary deflationary pause before it goes into this next hyper-growth stage because of the fourth industrial revolution. So what you're seeing is adjustments as the World Economic Forum is going to implement stakeholder capitalism. So you're going to see compression, but then you're going to see the next huge period of growth. We don't know what the cyclical change or when that's going to happen, but that seems
So globalism works.
Not globalism.
So fuck globalists. Can Nadaverse join in very quickly? Nadaverse, you need to join in.
Yeah. So what you're going to see is, and if you look at that, for example, the UK is in full employment, you're going to see a massive restructuring of what rose. So there are going to be lots of losers and lots of winners, depending where you sit.
Why losers? Why losers?
It's already occurring. So if you look at the economic theory,
why there'll be losers? And also
because there'll be people who are not trained for the transformation skills needed in the new industry. So, for example, the 500,000 vacancies, for example, for artificial intelligence programmers. If you don't know how to program, you're not in AI, you're not going to be in that winning cycle. But on the other hand, if you've got something else that's really a desired skill, like elderly care working, health workers will be in huge demand for the aging population. So it's not just brain work; it's which sector of the cycle of the economy you're going to be in. Now the globalists are going to suck power out.
Ralph, surely if you're actually raising when they introduce this technology, it creates jobs in its wake, and not the super skilled coding jobs, but
all sorts of jobs.
Yeah, all sorts of jobs.
Yeah. So, for example, even when you build, so if you think of Amazon building all that tech, it also needs people to put boxes onto trucks, right?
And
Then they might produce robots. Then they need someone to turn on and operate the robots. So but what the key macro story is, we're entering this fourth industrial revolution that's going to run until the singularity. So it's going to run until about 2040, 2045. So the world economy is re-gauging itself, and it's going to be very disruptive, because if you're in the wrong generation for the wrong job, you could get caught short, like really caught short, right? So that might cause a lot of civil strife, right? And suddenly people are not, the poorer might get a lot poorer in a sense, right? Depending again who you are and what your particular circumstances.
But sorry, they're always going to need they're always going to need carpenters. They're always going to need electricians. They're always going to need plumbers. No, surely they're always going to need those.
No, that's going to be replaced by automation and smart matter and robots. So think of 3D printing in 20 years, you won't need a carpenter because you won't even need wood delivered. It will just be assembled by smart matter. So just like we don't have blacksmiths anymore, there'll be a point where we won't have carpenters, electricians. We don't have blacksmiths anymore, do we?
No. But I thought, every house is so different. Every flat is so different.
Correct.
You can't just have a machine that's going to actually just wire up every house in
yeah, because that's going to be done by smart matter and microbots. So just like 3D printers can make anything now, and that's really early technology, right? Just imagine it's just going to say, hey, my door is broken. And all it requires is you put a piece of gel on it, and the gel has got smart matter programmed in it, and it just goes away and fixes your crack in your door.
Right.
So there won't be a carpenter needed anymore at that point.
Right. Well, it seems the side chat's completely agreeing with you. I don't know whether they're all your friends, but they all.
I don't have friends. I just have enemies and sexual predators.
No, but there's a lot of people that sort of seem to be agreeing. There seem to be.
But it's not what I'm saying is well documented elsewhere. Right? So I'm just pointing out that that's going to happen. The danger for society is going to be which segment of society is going to be caught on the wrong side of that. Right? So Banksy has skill sets, for example, because he's in tech, that will make his future immune, right? I don't know about Spasticus, I don't know about yourself, Ned, but then it's generational as well, what age you're at. Right?
Well, I'm probably going to be dead before all this, because I thought this was one of the things. I thought this was one of the things, like, let's say, like bus drivers. I understand that in the next 10 or 15 years, they said that there's going to be a massive changeover where you have driverless trucks. But
they're testing that in the US right now, right? So when I left Silicon Valley, they did the first test in San Jose on a particular freeway designed for it, and eventually all the bus driving, you're not going to let humans do that because it's just more efficient to let to machines drive themselves. They never make mistakes, right? You won't need a chunky monkey ultra guy sitting there on the bus trying to live stream on bellies. He'd just be redundant.
Shut the ultra! What did Ultra do to you now?
I can't imagine any machine. I can't imagine any machine being able to do the job that Ultra does. I'm not being funny, but like driving in London, I can't. Seriously, I can't imagine.
No, you don't need a machine. You need a chip.
You don't need, you just need a computer to make those decisions. So the top automated car speed has already driven with, I think, 15 or 20 other cars at 100 miles per hour with zero collision.
There you go, Ralph.
So I would want an ultra chunky kind of guy with one grubby hand on a phone streaming for belly driving a bus.
Actually, I will say this. Ultra is his primary job is actually as a teacher for new drivers. So he's not always just driving the bus.
Yeah, but he won't be able to. It won't matter. You know, when the car came, they lost all the secondary, tertiary. What Ned was alluding to, all the secondary, tertiary industries around
Ralph, who's this Texas person?
Who's what? Sorry?
God bless Texas.
Is that you?
That is Ralph,
me.
yeah.
Sorry.
Texas was the strongest abortion laws in the world.
I actually like Texas. I've got family in Texas. Go on, Ralph. I thought it was somebody new. Sorry.
So I'm just saying, God bless Texas for passing God's laws.
It's not the strongest abortion rules in the world. Someplace
Well,
deep in another place.
Texas has zero
Speak English,
exceptions.
not Welsh.
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, that
Yeah, but
Oh, sorry.
what you said is not factually correct. That's all.
no, Welsh. Say that again.
Right, Texas hasn't got the tightest abortion laws in the world. That was the statement he made.
Not in the world, but I mean, effectively in the West, right?
Well, there's 5 states. There's 5 states in the US that have. I think it's the same. Oh no, sorry, it's 5 states that have due date. They have due date. At the due date. 5 states in America.
I mean,
Unbelievable.
I don't necessarily disagree with the Texas law. I do disagree with their timing. I think 6 weeks is too soon. I think 10 weeks would be better because that's when brain waves are detected, and that is I think that is a point where you should not allow someone to have an abortion at that point. You should allow them to at least have the baby, and even if they want to give it up for adoption, fine. But I think
so what happens if you don't want to get pregnant? How many options have you got? Let's have a look.
if you don't want to get pregnant,
keep your legs.
I can tell you.
Keep your fucking legs crossed.
You skeet in the eyeball.
Easier said than done.
Wait, gentlemen. You skeet in her eyeballs, or you skeet in her nostrils.
Oh.
I think just as he said that, he dropped off the panel. I mean, maybe YouTube intervened.
Yeah.
You can hear from everyone.
Thank you. If there's somebody up there, thank you.
Yeah. No, I mean, the thing is, it's easier said than done. You see, the problem that I have with Texas and other states like that is that you know that in I think it is in Texas where they're not allowed to teach sex education in school. So they're not allowed to teach young. I mean, there was a teacher who was trying to teach how to put on a condom to the boys in his class by showing them how to wear a sock. So he was kind of getting around the fact that he can't teach the children sex education by showing them how to put on a sock.
It's all right. In Scotland at the moment, they describe anal sex to 10-year-olds by using a peeled banana.
This is insanity.
And you get a kick America as well.
Jesus.
Sorry, Atticus, you dropped off again, mate. I do apologize. I mean,
it was me, not you.
Banksy, that's the big problem at the moment.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Nada.
I just saw a video out of America.
Hey, German, hold on, man. I'm talking.
Where some women,
German bombers in the air. There were 10 German bombers in the air.
Guys, let Atticus have his moment. Go on, Atticus.
Jerry boy, hold on. When English people listen, when British citizens and English people are talking, you keep quiet.
You're not British, you're an immigrant, you're a foreigner, you're an alien.
There were 10 German bombers in the air.
Why do you have to antagonize? Just say your shit.
No, you gotta put them in their place, Banksy. These little clowns. What's this? Nada. If you missed my point, I was just saying, skeet in their eyeball, skeet in their nostrils, skeet in their mouth, and if all else fails, there's always the ear canal.
Oh, for God's sake!
But let's go on.
Okay.
I just dropped 20 points.
Yeah, I just want to come back to the thing. Like, if the state of Texas doesn't want people to have abortions, fine. But are they actually teaching young people how to have safe sex then?
They shouldn't be teaching how to have sex at all.
No, but this is the insanity.
That's up for the parents.
This is the problem. You guys think that there should be some sort of fucking Christian household where they're supposed to be all pious and walk around and put chastity belts on their daughters?
I don't. But 10-year-olds anal sex, no. Right,
but this is the fucking polar extreme. In America, they're not teaching them safe sex at all, and in fucking Scotland, they're teaching them how to have anal sex with bananas.
Banksy, that Nutella narration comes straight from America schools. The Scottish schools have implicated it, right, into their school system.
Yeah, but that's insane.
So, no, the majority of America is showing like degenerate shit like that, right? It's only maybe, like you said, Texas and a few other states that are like that, and it's stupid. There's got to be a middle ground. I
Exactly.
mean,
What happened
But
to
there's
like
no middle. But you
sane,
know what, Banksy made a
sensible
valid point.
fucking
There is no middle
education?
ground, though, isn't it? There's no middle ground with progressives. So what looks like a strong conservative reaction is there is no middle ground.
So our choices are: you
Right,
can't
be a
teach a
strong
child to
reaction.
put on, a teenager how to put on a condom in Texas, or how to shove a banana in another man's ass in California. That's
exactly,
it. Those are the
Banksy.
choices.
Exactly, Banksy, because the middle is collapsing across the West. The left are not going to give an inch to the middle, and the right are not going to give an inch.
For fuck's sake! This is doesn't anyone else see
Condoms
this
should
as
be
insanity?
banned. Let's
Am I
ban
the only one
condoms.
that sees this as
That's
fucking
that's
nuts?
the way.
I will
No,
show you. I'll show you the
join
video.
in. Good deep, join in.
Off my channel. Bear with me. I'll go and get this video, and you can see it now. It's honestly, it's crazy.
Please.
Join in, good deep, right now.
No, but this is it, isn't it, Banksy? The point is, if you look at that political conversation we just had about the extremity splitting, the liberals in the middle don't know which way to go because the left are not going to, progressives are never going to compromise with liberals. And conservatives have no option from the liberal middle ground, and we're not going to compromise with left. I think sex education should be taught by families at home. No, I don't want strangers in school telling kids, my children, any children, what to do with condoms and sex.
I do understand that, but you can't.
The fact is, Ralph, there are literally, I mean, there are stories. I'm not even joking. There are stories of a girl who was pregnant, like a, I don't know, 13-year-old, 14-year-old girl who was pregnant, and she was in the doctor's office, and she literally, I'm not joking, she literally said to the doctor, "I can't get pregnant because when we had sex, we were on a tree, and you can't get pregnant if you have sex in a tree."
That's hoe talk. That's hoe talk. She's a natural born hoe.
No,
what it is.
I know,
But
but
this is-
dude,
but this-
there
this
are
is the
people.
culture war, isn't
You're
it?
saying that sex education should be by the parents. Which parents taught her that you can't have sex if you're in a tree? Clearly, these people need sex education.
Obviously not the parents, isn't
Yes,
it?
the mother,
Yeah,
yes,
who
mama.
the fuck taught this girl that if she
The
has sex in a
mama!
tree, she doesn't get pregnant?
Clip.
Mama, you know I love you. Mama.
He's put the clip in chat, inside chat.
Yeah, I'm
Banksy.
gonna. How do I do this? Best way to do this. If I share my.
Do you really want to watch a banana and anal sex?
I don't really.
Well, it's no.
Honestly,
It's not. It's you know, it is literally. It's not like. It's fine to watch, but not for 10 years, clearly.
Okay, guys, I'm
Says
gonna.
Welshman.
This is in Scotland. This is in Scotland now, and
It's in Scotland.
Hold on. Okay, let me see how I can do this damn thing.
Good deep, I've subscribed. Subscribe, good deep.
Are they seriously teaching this to 10-year-olds? Are they seriously teaching this to 10-year-olds?
Yeah.
Seriously?
To 10-year-olds. Yeah. They're teaching this shit to 10-year-olds.
This seems a bit extreme, doesn't it?
No shit.
A bit. Well, it is. It's extreme. It's out of order. You know, it's wrong.
The West is collapsing. The West is collapsing.
That's a big white pearl now that we. Okay, you play it.
You guys can see this, right?
Oh yeah, that's pretty well.
Hold on, I just gotta make sure that the OBS. Yeah, that's all good.
Just volume a little bit.
Is this? Oh, it's on silent. Sorry. Okay, most of this is just music anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure if this music is copyright or not.
Wow, sexual stimulation from the age 4. Jesus Christ.
Hold on. Let's go back a little bit. What the fuck?
Disgusting.
Let's read it.
For your information, all about me. Self-stimulation. Holy shit.
Just fast forward 5-10 seconds, and then that's it. It'll come up better. 10-second fast forward to that.
Dice game for 13-year-olds. Well, I mean, 13-year-olds are technically going through puberty. That is about the time. The thing is, in Holland,
Scotland.
they do teach things very differently as well when it comes to sex education. 22%.
All this, as immoral as it is, it's a distraction, bro. The economy is a bigger worry for the powers that be.
Fuck is this?
Yeah.
Oh, that's just disgusting.
Of course, it's
Is
disgusting,
this
but
about
it's a
anal
distraction.
sex?
Yes, I told you it was
They're
a
dipping a banana in Nutella.
Yeah.
40%.
You see what I mean,
40%.
Banksy? That's where the reaction has to be a ban of abortion and sex, because the alternative is this.
6%. What's
Hold
this?
on, Ralph.
Oh, no, what's with the lemon and 6%? What the hell does
All
that
right,
mean?
are they teaching this to kids? Are they teaching this to kids?
Nada.
Yeah.
Nada verse. Could you join in and tell us about this 6%, Nada?
Yeah, hold on.
Tell me about this.
Guys, you're gonna have to be a bit quiet because they are actually talking over this shit. So let's hear what they
I
have
understand
what he's saying.
Dutch.
Hold on.
Only 40% of women have tried anal.
We can't hear anything, Banksy.
Can't hear anything.
Oh shit! That's because I forgot to
No audio.
share the goddamn audio on this
You
thing.
wouldn't believe
Hold
in
on.
a tech game.
Hold on.
Honestly.
Kiss my ass. Okay, I got a lot of shit going on.
I will not.
A lot of shit going on here tonight. I wasn't expecting to put on a full presentation. I'm just going to talk shit about Russell Brand for 10 minutes. That was the total lame.
You got the hottest channel.
Been in a threesome.
Oh yeah, how about now?
20%.
Yeah, we can hear it now. Just.
It's really low.
Go back there. Go back there.
While the internet is awash in female squirters, only 6%.
The lemon is about female squirters.
Man.
Fuck me.
Well, only 40%.
Bondage. Fucking
That's actually
bondage.
quite a lot. So there you go.
Where are these bitches?
This is in Scotland right now.
Types of porn,
Listen, I'm going up north. Fuck this.
Hardcore, lesbian, thespian, interracial, facial, alternative, conservative, hentai, Far Cry, BDSM, NEDM, amateur.
There's some foxy white boy trying to tell me about this.
Holy shit, man.
Homo.
This is some fucked up stuff, you know that, right?
This isn't right.
Of course,
Right.
because some foxy white boy telling me about this. About facial, anal.
Look, there's gotta be a middle ground here, people.
Yeah.
Oh,
But can you see why Texas has no choice to make the pause for your echoing?
Echo.
Okay.
You got
okay.
echo. Can you see why Texas has no
stop
point?
sharing.
Yeah, can you see why conservatives have no choice but to take the strict position? There is no middle ground. Liberals have no power. Progressives have no power, right?
The conservatives
Because
are
the
using
progressives have
Atticus, let him finish. Let him
Well,
finish.
Atticus, you need to learn to let people speak.
No, you need to learn how to go to bed.
Here comes the African.
Atticus.
Here comes the African shit.
Bear
You
with me.
Listen up.
need to
So the
learn
reason
how to
because the
go to bed
progressives set up,
early,
because the
geriatric.
progressives,
You've
because
got
the
your medicine
progressives,
to
because
take in
the
the
progressives,
morning.
Please.
because the
Yeah.
progressives,
And your morning
because the
walk.
progressives, because the progressives,
And
Piss out of his head. Piss out of his fucking head.
because the progressives set the entire education in the West discipline, all the education curriculum is set by progressives, not liberals. There is no middle ground, right? There's no liberal education agenda. It's a progressive one. So you're just going to get that. So the only conservative reaction, correct me if I'm wrong, everyone's only conservative, is to just go the other way, right? There ain't a middle ground, man, right? You don't own the
There is.
education.
Come on, there is middle ground. There is middle ground. It's just.
But you don't control the education departments, right?
But can I give credit to the producer of that video? They're called PCP Wales. They're a very small but very passionate group to try and stop this in Wales. PCP Wales, they're called.
All right. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the problem is if they're showing that stuff to 4-year-olds, stuff about that's sexualizing young kids. They should be just worrying about having fun as little kids, just riding bikes and stuff, and not being not sexualizing. Not sexualizing.
You're a dustman one day and an astronaut the next.
Yeah,
You're all falling for it. You're all falling for it. It's a distraction.
Oh, well, it's always a distraction, isn't it?
Yeah,
So it is.
Listen, but can I just make a point here? The thing is that what as educators, what can they do? I'm not justifying that. All of that stuff I disagree with, right? But there was a problem in the 1990s where there were lots and lots of kids teenagers having babies. And they put it down in this country, in Britain, and they put that down to the fact that there was no.
Is that a problem?
Please just listen, because there was no no sex education. They didn't know about. Sorry, please just let me make the point. That the thing is, what they said was the kids didn't know about taking precautions, right? About prophylactics, whatever, the pill, or whatever. Right. The thing is, can I just finish my point, please?
Yeah, guys, come on.
How old are you, Ned?
Just let me finish my point. Please let me finish my point. I understand that in like the 2000s, they introduced with sort of teenagers in the sort of 14, 15, all that sort of stuff. They started telling them about sort of the pill and about condoms and all that sort of stuff. And the teenage pregnancy rate sort of plummeted. It's actually quite rare in this country as a result of that. Right.
That's why your population's dropping.
No, it's not that. It's not that.
Yes.
No, you check.
Yes. Do you know why Africa? Listen, by the year 2100, Ned. By the year 2100, over 40% of all humanity. I repeat, by the year 2100, over 40%, not 41, over 40% of all humanity will be African.
But
that's almost half of the human population.
But technically, if you believe anthropology, 100% of humanity is African.
Yeah, we're all Africans. Yeah.
No, you're a bunch of pale demons. I'm playing, but think about it. No,
but Banksy,
Banksy. Critical thinking, Banksy.
I disagree with
over 40% of all humanity will be
what do we do?
African.
Yeah, most of them will be like taking
Okay, guys, one at a time.
Think about it, Banksy.
I know. Atticus, let the others speak.
I know. What do we do? Do we tell the
Go on there, what was it?
Right. The thing is that
why are you listening to a dying species? I'm not gonna let dying species talk, though. Well,
Atticus, please, let the others. I know. You made a powerful statement. Let the others now respond to that.
Yeah. No, fuck these minorities. I don't care about no minorities.
Okay, right.
Fuck these minorities, Banksy.
Come on. I love you, Atticus, but you're a wild man.
Listen, they've been done forever. The Iranians will always last. I don't care about the Arabs. The Iranians will always.
I don't like what's happening on that video. I don't agree with that. What we saw. But the thing is that Ralph, what do you do with like 14 to 15-year-olds and teenage pregnancies? Do you tell them about the pill and condoms and stuff, or do you not? Do you tell them about safe sex?
I believe the healthiest education for those things should be in a family.
Tell them about being gender.
Come on, Atticus, please.
Ned, I have a question for you. I have a question for you.
What's the question? They ain't saying shit. Ralph
hasn't finished.
They say shit. Elron, ask the question. Elron, ask the question. Elron, I want to hear you, Elron.
Right.
I think the problem is traditionally that education happened in the family, and what happened is you get the state became a proxy, like a nanny. A nanny state became the proxy for the family. And that's where the erosion happened. Liberals would have managed to do okay, but the progressives took over the education department. So liberals can't even find a balance point anymore. They can't have a balance between some things being done by schools, some things being done by family. The progressive say it's always going to be done by the schools. So the only conservative position is to resist it. Because there's no middle ground there, right? I mean, I would speak to the middle if the middle had any power. But the liberals can't control the education departments. You do not control the education departments. Yeah, that's the problem, right? So the conservative position must be to oppose it fiercely. Right? That's my 2 cents.
100%. I mean, Ned, to answer your question, I will answer your question with a question for you, so you will think about it. Can you imagine there was a time before I don't know if you know the date, but when
Hitler?
the condoms, for example, were invented, or something like the pill. What did the people do before that? How did they manage to?
Hold on, I can answer that. It seems that women spent an enormous amount of time pregnant, and they were churning out kids because there was no safe sex. Right, and in fact, women, it would seem, before sort of condoms and the pill, right? Women actually feared sex because a lot of women feared sex because it would mean that they'd be
You've
pregnant.
never had sex, Ned. Stop it.
Yes. So I would say I wouldn't. I wouldn't frame it like this. I would frame. No, you get to the point. Yes, woman as well as man had to be in the past, before condoms and the pill, right? Anti-abortion and all of this. They had to be careful with whom they mate with, right? It was much more eugenicist, right? So I want to go back to that time, right? Where, because condoms is basically, it is an encouragement. It is an encouragement. Condoms, abortion, everything like this is an encouragement to be degenerate, to make Atticus, just be quiet for
I'm just asking you.
I was quiet for like 20 minutes.
Is it Helga?
Come on, guys. Yeah.
So last sentence. I know it's hard. You know, black people have problems with.
Guys, don't make me mute everyone.
I'm not Blake. I'm not Blake.
A nightmare.
I'm not Blake.
Nightmare.
I'm just saying.
Guys,
I'm not Blake.
Come on.
No, Ned. Pick you with your Marmite ass, boring ass. Watch this. I bring the views, bro. You don't do anything, Ned.
You bring the views. Are you fucking having a laugh? You're bringing the views.
Oh, you fucking having a laugh? You think anyone wants to listen?
One person to this fucking view. You ignorant cunt.
Go abuse Saka on Twitter, like you've been doing.
You actually
go abuse Saka. Come on, you know.
This is like the real show.
Yo, get rid of this boring breast, bro. Geriatrics, get rid of them. Watch this. Elron.
Banksy, can't you change the background into a jungle or something? That would fitting with the energy. I feel like I'm in the jungle.
That's all I wanted to do.
You're actually more interesting than these old geriatrics from England. You are more interesting than these geriatrics over here. Watch this, Elron. What bitch cheeks are you splitting?
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely fucking brilliant. Well,
so, Atticus, to make it short, what I wanted to say is that all of these, you know, contraceptions like condoms, the baby pill, right, abortions, all of this is an encouragement to behave, what's the word? Unresponsible, right? To make unresponsible choices. And I want people to make responsible choices once again.
Okay. Now, have you ever heard of the phrase pin a bitch down? Elron, have you ever heard of the phrase pin a bitch down?
You're listening to this drunk fucking talking.
I'm asking you, Elron. Don't listen. Englander. Leave the Englander. Englander alone. Elron. Englander means nothing. Englander. Leave him alone. I'm just asking you.
You actually, you want this, Banksy, do you? You really
Englander.
I don't know what I want anymore. I want to go to sleep as well.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Ned.
Englander.
This is insane.
Yes, Elron, please continue.
You know,
Elron, he's on a race to the bottom, right?
Yeah, I know.
Elron, please continue.
I will not engage in a conversation that is below my level. So
this is just a spiraling out of control. Okay, guys. I'll be honest. I think this is look, Atticus. Let's bring it back down to like you're at 12. Bring it down to like 6.
Why? It sounds better when it's loud.
Because everybody else is at like a 6. Probably a 5.
Everybody's little clown thing.
Yeah.
They go around these
to-
panels on
to chill a
bellies
little.
on
This
other
drunken
channels,
bastard.
and they
You
don't
know
do
that
anything,
even
man. Banksy, they don't do anything. They're just there. They're like filler. They're like
Channel
coronation
killer.
chicken.
What you and
They're
you
just
are?
there.
You're the answer, are you? You're the answer.
Yes.
Yeah. You're the answer.
Of
Yeah.
course.
All of your answers come out of the pot of your drunken
Nothing coming out of the
Yeah.
Englander.
Look, the thing is, Atticus, you're. I know you're. Don't get me wrong. You're my man, and I love you, and all that. But the thing is, this conversation it's not really. I'm trying to steer this one, at least on this channel. You're more than welcome on the Banksy Style channel, because that's just a crazy get drunk and get fucked up channel. But this one, I'm trying to
Actually,
keep this
I'm
one
waking
on
up
the
at 5
straight
a.m. tomorrow, and I was trying to make the best of it. So
yeah, I'm trying to keep
I didn't
this
want
one
it
on
to
the
be
straight
boring,
and narrow path.
Marmite, Cocoa, geriatrics.
Don't worry, dude. I will run a stream on the Banksy Style channel, not the Banksy Style Live, but the other channel, just for you. We can just talk about shit. We can hold the bitch down. We can do all of that. Keep this one on the straight path.
Okay.
But Banksy, I have another news for you.
One thing, Jack. Hey, Jerry, shh. Watch this. Goody, you can join in because I'm about to go to bed because I have work tomorrow. And like some people,
I too have the same work.
Yeah, you look after those trolleys. He's a trolley manager.
Atticus, before you leave, I just want to update you that the old meme, you must know the old meme of 3050, right? 3050 in America, right? It is now updated. The FBI has just released yesterday the new crime statistics, and we have to update our meme 3050. It's now 1360.
I'm trying to get context.
1360.
I'm trying to get context.
Now.
When you say 3050, is that the year?
Isn't that great what Black Lives Matter achieved?
I'm not a leftist. I wouldn't know.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up because, to be honest with you, this conversation has gone seriously pear-shaped anyway, and just let's go 1 minute each person, starting with Ned. Let's do final statement. Atticus, you can't interrupt people. In fact, I'm sorry, I'm going to put you in the back chat until everyone else is finished, and then you get your 1 minute.
I'm sorry.
Because you're a wild man, and you're kind of unpredictable.
Ain't no girls in here anyway.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, guys. Ned, 1 minute, go.
Right. I'll just reiterate what I'd said earlier. The thing is that all of the stuff we watched on that video, I disagree with. I sort of disavow, and it's wrong. Okay. And I'm shocked that stuff's actually going on, especially sort of sexualizing young kids, really young kids. That really, I'm surprised. I can't imagine why anybody wants that. Right? I can't imagine, and I can't imagine how parents are accepting it. I don't know why parents are accepting it. Having said that, I understand that in the 1990s there was a spike in teenage pregnancies, and they introduced sex education to like 15, 16 years old. I'm not condoning that. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but it was happening, and they introduced. And the teenage pregnancy rate went
back to civilization, right?
Sorry, Ralph.
So I'm not justifying. Okay. I'm not justifying underage sex. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not. But what do you do? That's the answer. That's the question, people. What do you do in those circumstances? Okay, I yield the floor.
Thank you, Base Welshman. 1 minute. Final thoughts.
Well, I grew up in the 80s in school, and I left in the so what sex education, and it was a church school as well I was in. It was quite basic, etc. But what they're doing now is just out fucking outrageous. And it's going on in Wales, I believe. It started this week in Wales. They passed it, and there's no parent opt-out option as well. How's that?
All right, thank you, sir. And you only used up 30 seconds. You have 22 seconds left. Anything? You good?
No.
All right, Mr. Arundel, 1 minute, sir.
Yeah, on the whole pregnancy thing, when Ned was mentioning the problem with teen pregnancy, I would say this is just a symptom of the liberals or progressives taking over the school system and the culture overall. We need to get back to more patriarchal system, more traditionalism, more classical European morality, and the problem is solved. I don't want to fight symptoms. I want to fight the roots of this problem. That's about it. And I ask myself the question next time I meet Atticus, how can he justify the presence of his people in European countries? What do white people get out of the presence of his people here?
Okay.
That's my question for the next stream.
All right, he can think about that, and when I bring him on, he can hopefully answer that. Mr. Ralph, 1 minute, final thoughts?
Yeah, I think we're in a very difficult position in the last 60, 50 years where we have transferred the responsibility of education, be it sexual education, any form of education, to the state. And that state has now been hijacked by a progressive agenda, which we saw some videos of. Conservatives have only two choices. We fight them and resist them by participating with them, or we remove our children into schools that we control, where we don't allow them to see such things. Which is the case of my kids will never see such things. So my 12, 13-year-old daughter is immune from the stuff. But again, I can afford that. So that's me.
Fantastic. Thank you, sir. Oh, sorry. You add more? Oh, no, that's it. Okay, now I'm bringing on Atticus. Gentlemen, I will remove everyone else, and Atticus will get his exclusive 1 minute to himself without interruption and the full attention of the audience. Atticus, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Banksy. I would have answered everyone's question if he was here to ask it again.
Well, he's in the back. He can still hear you. Don't worry.
What was his question?
Oh Christ!
That's what I was asking. Okay. Just keep it. Everyone, ask your question,
Arundel,
please.
Could you answer ask the question again, please?
Yes. So, for example, right, I mentioned that we are now at 1360 with the murder rate of Africans in America, for example. My question is very simple. How can he justify his people's presence into our countries?
Okay.
Wait, are you an American?
What do white people have out of your presence here?
I'm just asking, are you an American?
No, he's German. He's talking about
everywhere.
Shut your German ass up! Watch this.
Okay.
Who is that? Okay. Yo, Banksy.
Okay, Atticus, you have the floor for 1 minute. Your final thoughts and reply to Arundel's question.
Yeah. Shut your German ass up. Very quickly. Banksy, who is that red bone, quote, yellow bone broad that came up? Not a verse. You and I have to have a conversation.
No, you're talking Princess Empress Janet Becker.
Empress who?
The girl who came on the panel earlier on.
What empire does she?
Oh, dude, this is your final statement. This isn't some.
I'm talking. I'm just saying. Okay.
Just give us your final thought.
The mutt broad that came up earlier. You and I have to have a conversation.
Yeah, okay, but I mean, this is your final thought on tonight's stream and education.
That was my final thought. Other than this, I want to salute you, Banksy. Always hosting a brilliant show. Brilliant show, bro. I loved it tonight. Sure. But I want to talk to the mutt. Okay, the American mutt. Yes, that one. I don't know about these old people in Europe. I don't know what the fuck they're going about. Germans, Bangladeshi, British. He's nothing to me. Bring on the American mutt. I want to talk to her.
All right. And any thoughts on the state of education?
State of education is as long as it's under state control, you are being indoctrinated.
All right.
Simple. And big up everybody in the chat. Big up you, Banksy, once more. Always holding a brilliant show, bro. I will always support you.
Thank you, sir.
When you get your super chat or your Cash App app, I will be sending you something. You know what I mean, bro? Big up yourself, bro. Things are working out nicely, Banksy. Well, when I had the conversation with you, bro. Things are
Definitely.
working
We'll take
very,
it
very nicely.
into DMs or emails or
Yes,
whatever.
sir.
But thank you, sir, guys. I'm gonna remove everyone from the stream because I'm actually gonna shut it down now. Thank you for everyone for coming. And I'm just gonna say I'm gonna drop off the StreamYard myself. As they say, you don't have to go home, but you can stay here. Guys and girls, thank you everyone for coming. This is the finale. I am going to give my final thoughts. What do I have as final thoughts? I don't even have any thoughts at the moment. Okay, that video is crazy. Let's be honest. There must be a better way. There must be somewhere in the middle. Does it have to be just extreme right and banning abortion versus anal sex and anal penetration and teaching children about squirters? Do you know that I had no idea such women existed until I watched porn somewhere in my late teens, early 20s? When I first even noticed such a thing as a squirter. Why do children need to know? You know, that actually isn't anything, a piece of information children or even teenagers really need to know. I mean, sure, girls who are probably squirters, they themselves are like, you know, what is this? Maybe, I don't know. But it's not really an essential part. I mean, I'm talking they need to know how to not get pregnant. You see, we do live in a I don't want to say hypocritical, but in a very conflicting sort of state of society. We want to allow children to have freedoms. We want to allow teenagers to be able to mix with each other. We don't want to be some Muslim nation which separates the boys from the girls. But yet at the same time, we know that when you mix horny teenagers together, they're going to have sex. Because their hormones are screaming for these things. So it's a paradoxical scenario, and I can see why Ralph is saying, you know, the education system is dominated by the progressives, and so the centrists and the old school liberals are never going to get a say in, because the education system is just gone insane progressive in some places, and then in other places who are more conservative, they're going to go uber conservative. So yes, I get all of that. And I know that we live in a paradoxical society in which we want to let people have freedoms, and yet they are irresponsible with those freedoms, like teenagers who have unprotected sex. So we have to somehow deal with those teenagers who are having protected sex. And I'm sorry, Ralph, bringing them up in some uber Christian or uber Islamic household isn't going to stop people from having sex. You know, Muslim girls, teenagers also have sex. I know even in Muslim societies. This is, let me try to explain to you guys who think that making your society uber religious and conservative is going to stop or prohibit these things. In the Middle East and in Iran in particular, I know that for sure, but certainly in the rest of the Middle East, there is a thing called a hymen reattachment surgery. Because they covet the virgin girl so much, and all the girls are supposed to not have sex, but they do have sex, they have literally spurred up an entire industry to reattach a girl's hymen so that it looks like she's a virgin when she gets married. Do you want that industry in your country? That's what you got to really think about. Do you want to push people to a point in which you have hymen reattachment as an industry, as a doctors are proficient in doing that? In some cases, the girls had so much sex for so many times that the doctor doesn't have anything left to work with. He can't reattach anything. Either that or an increased level of anal sex amongst girls, because that's the other option. If you can't put it in the front, you'll have to stick it in the back. People are going to do these. These are the realities of the Muslim world. This is what the Muslim world has to deal with. Hymen reattachment surgeries and an exceeding amount of anal sex that girls have. So that this is not a problem that is going to be solved by becoming uber religious or by having some father with an iron fist ruling the household and telling the teenage girls and the teenage boys not to have sex, or some bollocks ring that they give to the teenagers in Texas to say that they've made some sort of commitment to Jesus not to have sex. This is all bullshit. It doesn't work. You are dealing with human nature. And you're telling me that you have to tell a young teenager, a 14-year-old, a 16-year-old, to suppress the ton of human instincts, the millions of years of reproductive instincts, to suppress that in the name of what? Muhammad, Allah, Jesus, Yahweh? You honestly think that you're scaring them to death of going to hell and damnation is going to stop their raging hormones? You may be able to hold a few up, but you're certainly not going to stop the masses. And this is why we have to deal with that. You have to recognize, they say, again, I've said it a million times and I'll say it again, you can ignore reality, you can't ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. And pretending that teenagers are not going to have sex because you've told them about Jesus or Allah is exactly that. It's pretending. It's not dealing with the reality of the situation. Dealing with the reality of the situation is to teach young teenagers sensible, safe sex concepts and you know, give them good, sensible sex education. That these are the things that they have to deal with. That's if you want to live in a free society. And by the way, I'm not even talking about if you want to live in a free society. You can live in an oppressive society like Iran and still have teenagers having sex. So if Iranians, the mullahs of Iran, are incapable of holding the Iranian girls and boys from having sex with each other, you honestly think you're going to do better in the West? You think the West is got a handle on this? You think Texas is going to be able to get a grip on that? They're not going to do any better. They can't be more oppressive and authoritarian than the Arabs or the Iranians right now. So let's not, you know, bullshit each other. You're not going to get any. This has to be solved in a better way, in a much smarter way than just telling girls, close your legs. This is nonsense. This is ignoring reality. And I'll be honest, the religious always do that. They bury their head in their Jesus or in their Muhammad's hands and pretend that these things don't exist. Teenagers have sex. Teenagers are horny. We have to deal with that. We have to get them to be more responsible with that. And telling them that Jesus is gonna send them to hell, or Muhammad doesn't like it, or fucking honor kill them, which is again another solution. That is another solution in the Middle East to teenagers having sex. The father kills the daughter for dishonoring the family. Is that the line that you want to go down? Is that an example to you that you want to follow? The fucking father and the brothers honor kill the daughter because she had sex out of marriage? Of course, the boys never get honor killed. The boys can go around fucking goats and girls all day long. They don't seem to get much honor killings, but the girls do. So this is the reality. This is these solutions that other countries came up with is simply the reality of the world in which we live in. They are dealing with what we're presented with. Horny teenagers can't simply stop their hormones from raging. That's how it is. And I think we have to find better and reasonable, sensible solutions. And no, we don't need to teach them about fucking anal sex either. What happened? At what point did the world go fucking nuts? Did I miss a memo? Was there some kind of international global memo to everyone that, yes, I'm sorry, the left is now going to go fucking nuts and straight off the cliff into Crazy Town, where we have to now let little 10-year-olds know about anal sex? How is that even remotely educational towards, you know, safe sex and pregnancies? I mean, fuck me. Oh, dear freaking God. Well, if anyone has the copy of the memo when progressives went insane, could you please forward that to me? info@banksystyle.co.uk. because I clearly missed the memo that everyone else got. I still thought that the world was normal and people were sensible, but clearly not. Anyway, fuck this. It's late. I gotta get some sleep, guys. Again, please remember I'll be doing a stream with hopefully I'll be doing a stream at 8 p.m. tomorrow night with the Ranting Monkey from the Ranting Monkey channel. Keep an eye on that. If it goes through, if he's healthy, if he's in a good shape, I hope he is. It should be a very interesting conversation. So keep an eye on that. And for now, thank you for showing up. Let me go and see if I can find a track to end this evening with. I don't know. This is one called Beer Belly Blues. What does that sound like? Oh, damn it. Can't hear it. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, guys. We're going to let Beer Belly Blues see us out tonight. Thank you for coming. And peace.